Well, here we are once again. Good to see you all, chat. Got a different format here today. We're going to be splitting up the stream. We have the regular Sunday Fun Day stream. It's going to be happening later, somewhere around the normal time. But right now, we are going to try and cover the Mehdi Hasan debate with 20 unhinged far-right conservative people on the Jubilee surrounded thing, whatever you want to call it. I really don't know what to call it. But let's get going. Why is my mouth not moving? What's happening here? This is ridiculous. Mouth's not moving. It's not what we want. Sound. Sound there and talking. This is not cool, man. Not cool. There we go. There we go. I solved it. I did it. It's maybe the most annoying thing about this program. Just randomly happens. Okay. Well, good to see everybody. Better do some shout-outs first before we get too far in this thing. Moa Noeb, Icebreaker Gaming, and Bela B-Bomb. 1, 2, 3 in the YouTube chat. Soul Life, a close fourth. You messaged me on Discord. I messaged you on Discord after you messaged me. Mozart, also here. PB, Sammy, Bob, Carmody, Rich P1K. What you can do? Look, Bovine. Frizla, HBX, Crumpled Zane. And that I think that's everybody that I can see. Okay, good to see you people in the chat already. I want to remind everybody that we are running a galactic deficit right now. As August approaches, things get more and more dire. We can do it though, as a community, if we pool our resources together. Really, $1 a day from one tiny fraction of the people that watch the stream would solve it. All right. Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, all good ways to contribute to the galactic deficit. Help us finance the galactic budget. All right. Let's try this. Now, people have been suggesting that there's issues. We've tried it before. We've done this before, and hopefully this will work. Fingers crossed.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s.
Colonialists.
Yeah, colonials.
You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about?
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Don't be creepy.
Listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
What do you think? Now, I've seen other people use different methods. Lance used flags. I decided to go for space dancers. You know, it made sense to me. It's on brand.
Mehdi Hasan, I'm a journalist. I'm the editor of Zeteo, and today I'm surrounded by 20 far-right conservatives.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
My first claim is Donald Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal.
Illegal.
Welcome.
Wow, that was a lot of people all at once. How many people just jumped for that? It was like 6 people. Yeah. Everybody going for it on the first question here. Donald Trump, pro-crime? How dare you? You have besmirched my honor, sir.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mehdi.
I would just like to ask, what makes someone pro-crime versus, anti-crime?
Illegal.
I think when you're soft on criminals, when you let criminals out of prison, when you pardon people who've assaulted police officers, you're pro-criminal. Donald Trump pardoned almost 1,600 people who were involved in January the 6th. I think 600 of them had been charged with assaulting a police officer or obstructing a police officer. 170 had pled guilty to assaulting a police officer. 70 had pled guilty to assault with a deadly weapon. J.D. Vance said, we're not going to pardon the violent criminals from January 6th. Donald Trump pardoned all of them. Are you okay with that?
I would say January 6th.
I love how he doesn't have an exact answer. He's like, look, January 6th. Let's talk. Can we talk? I don't. Yes or no? That's too finite.
That's too much, man!
Very special case. I would say it's almost a climax point in history. I would just phrase the question this way. Right now.
Climax point?
Phrasing?
Settle down, pal. Settle down. Climax point.
It's almost a climax point in history. I would just phrase the question this way. Right now in the LA protests, if they were to, just for example, they were to rush the capital of LA, I mean, they'd have to move over all the homeless people living in tents on the steps of the Capitol. But if they were managed to get into the Capitol and they were just protesting, peacefully, let's say police officers were rushing them in. They were letting them in and saying, hey, you guys can go in. Like we had many testimonies that say.
What about the violent ones, though?
Okay, violent ones like...
Like a man named David Dempsey, a judge, a Reagan-appointed judge, sentenced to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers' heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally egregious. He attacked police officers with flagpoles and pepper spray. Donald Trump pardoned him. There's a man named Daniel Rodriguez. He got 12 years in prison for taking a stun gun and tasing a police officer in the neck and giving him a heart attack. The judge said he was a one-man army of hate. Donald Trump pardoned him. Does that not make Trump pro-criminal?
I did everything right.
He's letting violent criminals out of prison.
I would say no, it doesn't make him pro-criminal.
You're okay with that?
I did not say that. I said that one pardon against somebody.
It was 1,600 pardons. 600 of those were people charged
one
with...
example that you just gave me.
I can give you more.
Too
Should I keep
much,
going?
man.
Shane
I'll say
Jenkins.
Those 1,600 pardons is one example in his mind. 1,600 pardons. That's one example. Can you give me more than that one 1,600 example, please? I love that. Just can't be convinced by anything. I need 1,601 examples, please.
Exact same thing every single
Then
time.
your argument will fall apart because it's not just one example if I keep going.
Go for it then.
Okay, Shane Jenkins got 7 years in prison for 9 criminal offenses, attacking police with a deadly weapon, destroying government property.
How do
Trump
pardons
him.
that probably shouldn't have happened turn into pro-crime?
So you've agreed that they shouldn't have been pardoned?
Sure, but that wasn't your claim, was January 6th. Your claim was Trump is pro-crime.
Yeah, because he pardons criminals.
Okay, I would say that that's a fault.
Let's talk about non-January 6th people.
Okay.
He's pardoned people like Paul Walchuk recently, who took millions of dollars from his own employees, was sentenced to tax crimes, had to pay back $4 million. Trump pardoned him. He bought himself a $2 million yacht. Why is he pardoning criminals like that?
Well, I don't know. I don't think you should pardon.
I don't know. I love that. This kid, he's like, I'm not pro-crime. I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump isn't pro-crime, but he did do crimes, and I'm not. And he's also fine with crimes. but that doesn't mean he's pro-crime. Okay.
I don't think really presidential pardons should be a thing at all, but I don't think that.
All right, pause.
that means some-
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thanks.
Love how he wasn't prepared for that at all. He was like, oh, well, you want to talk about Jan 6? I mean, can we talk about anything else? And then Mehdi's like, would you like to talk about this other guy? I don't think that's good either.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Mehdi.
What is it?
Mehdi.
You're from northern
is it,
UK, I
dude?
guess.
I'm from London, North
Okay.
London.
What is it? Can you say it again, dude? I don't know what that's what. What? I mean, let's be real. This guy absolutely knows how to say his name, and Mehdi's face says everything. Right? It's like, really, you don't know my name. You're sitting in this room right now. You're given some sort of package, right? Like they all know ahead of time who they're debating, what they're gonna be debating, and this guy's gonna be like, "Oh, what's your name, dude? How do you say it again? I don't know. It's too foreign."
Mehdi.
What is it?
Mehdi.
You're from northern UK, I guess.
I'm from London, North London.
Okay, fair enough. What's your ethnic background, if you don't mind my asking?
My parents are from India.
Okay, perfect. Just getting premise here. First of all, I want to say
The premise of Donald Trump being pro-crime.
No. I want to concern myself with why you care about what's happening in the U.S. first and foremost. Secondly,
Why do
I
you
want to say
care?
this: the
Should
argument,
US
Mehdi lives in the United. Why do you care about the place that you live?
People who live in
let
the
me
US
finish.
not care about?
Let's not interrupt each other because I have this thing like people
He has a
know. I
thing.
have this thing. I have to stay calm. Okay. So
Okay.
here's the thing.
He's the Hulk. He's David Banner. You won't like me when I'm angry.
I am happy that he released J6. In fact, so much so that I was prepared to protest if he didn't.
Okay.
So when you say, are you okay that he's pro-crime? Sure, because you know what? We're changing the definition of what crime is, first and
should be.
You don't think
foremost.
stomping on police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think it's no longer a relevant conversation anymore. You're
Really?
arguing. No, it's not, because you know what?
Why?
Okay. Have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or
Have you
5
seen
years?
it?
Yes, I've-
BLM
Have you seen
protests.
the
Have you
United
seen?
States?
Okay, I myself have been.
Have you seen the United States, dude? Have you seen it, dude? Makes all crime legal. All crime is legal. That's why it's fine.
Have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, I've
BLM
lived
protests.
there for a
Have you
while.
seen? Okay, I myself have been involved in these protests.
First
I've seen
example is Black Lives
egregious
Matter.
things that you couldn't even imagine.
Amazing.
So we
being
have no
done to
rules then?
conservatives. It's not about that. It's
it
about
about?
tribal warfare.
Okay.
That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India,
a
so
what
I
now?
don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
Did you just say tribal warfare? While simultaneously talking about Mehdi Hasan's ethnicity? Wow.
How rude.
That seems incredibly racist. Settle down, pal.
U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own stakes.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how
Yes.
you got that, but fair enough. Here's the thing. Absolutely. But here's
I'm
the
not sure how you got that. Okay.
born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the
You do any
1500s, so I have
research
some
for this?
stake in the
Okay.
claim here, okay?
But you're
a little different
But you're
than
a
yours.
descendant of immigrants, settlers,
I didn't know.
colonialists.
Yeah,
You don't
colonials.
look
yeah.
very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
You're not.
What now?
You're not.
Whites are Native Americans.
Whites are Native Americans. Wow.
Precision of language. Please.
Whites are Native Americans. That just broke me inside.
I think
What was
you're-
happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here from
Do you know what
Asia.
indigenous means?
Listen, before
Indigenous
America,
people
Let-
can't
you
come
let
from
me
somewhere
finish?
else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It,
Doesn't
it
sound
means
like
they came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't
Have
care.
an
Is he an
argument
I
American?
with
genuinely
Neil
don't care.
deGrasse
Yes,
Tyson?
he is.
Okay, just
so
checking.
My point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these
Because
people are
you're
criminals.
derailing, dude.
I would love to know if Neil deGrasse Tyson sees this man as a indigenous American. I would find it shocking if Neil deGrasse Tyson came out and said, yeah, this guy right here, he's a Native American. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying
You
to stay
literally
on track.
sat down and asked me where I'm from. I think you derailed this conversation from the get-go.
by that, but I'm because
I'm
I'm
not
always
offended. I'm
curious,
just wondering what it
because
has to do with
I'm
crime.
always curious.
We're going to talk about
why-
immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm doing
Is this how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this comes
good.
out. You know what? I'm
20
actually
people
glad
agree
you're
with
getting
you,
this
applauded you.
emotionally outraged right
Wow.
now. This is great.
I love it.
Do I have to say anything at this point, or are you just going to
Please.
keep going?
No, please.
Okay.
Make your claim.
Well, my claim is that I don't care if it's pro-crime. You want to go back to the
so
conversation?
that's fine. We agree then.
He likes crime. I don't care for I love this. They're doing the same technique that they did with Sam Cedar. Rather than address the question, they just say, actually, I think that the premise of the question is wrong. There's nothing wrong with pro-crime.
Illegal.
It's so weird. Wow. Okay. We're pro-crime now. It's good. Crime is good now.
But I have a question for you, though. Do you care on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Yes.
Do you care about law being administered to the opposite side of the
Yes.
spectrum?
I think
when they're
anyone
doing
who
the same?
assaults a police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crimes, and I don't think Joe Biden should commit.
I don't
think
think you
Democrats should
understand.
pardon Democrats.
You don't understand.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree.
understand where we are in the U.S. then.
I think I do.
No, because you're
I think I do
arguing
this for a
from a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
We're headed towards
so
tribal-
nihilism, no laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
everyone's pro-crime.
It's not about that. It's that
That's
conservatives
convenient.
conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the
Really?
law. They've been playing
They've been
it by
playing
the
by
book.
the law?
Yes, they have.
Maybe
We're
you missed the Bush presidency. Did you live here during the Bush years?
Conservatives are
Didn't
so
play by the
concerned.
law, George W.
Let me
Bush, nor did
finish.
Ronald Reagan.
Let's be respectful to you. Let me
Let's
finish.
be respectful. Stop correcting me while I'm saying false things. That's not fair.
That's too much, man.
That's not fair. You can't correct me while I'm saying demonstrably false things.
Didn't play by the law, George W.
Let me
Bush, nor did
finish.
Ronald Reagan.
Let's be respectful to you. Let me finish.
I'm not sure you've been that respectful, but okay.
I'm trying to bring it back, so let's both bring it back,
That's
okay?
good.
That's a fair point Mehdi's making here. This guy opening salvo was pretending like 2 syllables was difficult, Mehdi, as if that's a difficult thing to say, and then said a bunch of other horrifyingly racist things. And he's like, "Can we be respectful, please? Look, you're being rude."
How rude.
I'm conservative, okay?
Really?
Let me tell you this. We do play it too safe. We've been playing it by the book for too long. At this point, gloves are off, right? The left has made their point. They're willing
Are
to
the
do...
police force in Washington the left?
Yes!
Why were
Are
they
you kidding me?
Wow.
The left? Are you insane?
Police officers.
Look at
Wow.
LA right here. You think those stand
Marxist
down
police.
those stand down
You think the LAPD are a bunch of liberal Marxists?
No, but I
Really?
think they listen to liberal Marxists who tell them what to do.
Oh.
I think they listen to who signs their paychecks at the end
Can
of
I
the
just
day
check,
who are
because you're
liberal
doing lots
Marxists.
of little diversions.
So the police aren't the police are leftists. Well, they're not actual leftists. They've just been tricked by the leftist cabal, the leftist Marxist cabal. They're like puppets.
I think they listen to who signs their paychecks at the end
Can
of
I
the day
just
who
check,
are
because
liberal
you're doing
Marxists.
lots of little diversions. We both agree Donald Trump's pro-crime. You're just fine with it.
No,
Is that the position?
I don't
That's what you
agree
said
with
so
your-
far
I
for
don't
about
agree with your
5 minutes.
I don't agree with your definition
What's
of
your
crime.
definition of crime?
It doesn't
Stomping
matter.
on a police officer's head
No,
is not a
what-
crime.
no,
That's your
what I'm
definition
saying-
of crime as the
He keeps getting
Native
me out of it.
American.
I am Native American.
If you say so.
So, going back to the topic at hand, we have different definitions of crime because you're
That's
talking
convenient.
about...
There's a
It's not
criminal
about-
code
it's
in
not
this
about
country.
I love how this guy is doubling down on being a Native American. It's fantastic.
Give me a joke.
We have different definitions of crime because you're
That's
talking about...
convenient. There's
It's
a
not
criminal
about-
code
it's
in
not
this
about
country.
what's
It's called the
convenient.
U.S. Criminal Code.
You know what? Let's focus
That's
on
what
what we
everyone
agree on.
focuses
I'm
on.
sure you and I actually agree on a lot
Do we
more than
agree
you
that
realize.
people shouldn't stomp on police officers' heads? Can we agree on that? If
I'm
you don't
not-
agree on that, then I really think this conversation is kind of
No,
pointless.
because first of all, you're saying what? That the police have the authority, that they're given the authority. I don't accept the authority that's been
It's a
given by
very
liberal
conservative
Marx.
position.
I
thought the conservative are pro-police.
Then you
Or
don't
we
know what a
redefine-
real... Hey, listen,
so
you're
we
in a room
redefine
with
crime.
juggernauts right now,
We
okay?
redefine
I'm telling you right now,
conservatives.
you are going to be blown
I
open
mean,
if you think
yeah,
that my
if we're gonna
position
struggle
is
with the
hard, right?
English language
You
for the
have
next
no
couple
idea
hours, then yeah,
what you're
we'll
up
struggle.
against right now, okay?
100%.
Yeah.
Precision of
Newsflash,
language.
the conservatives are liberal to me, okay?
Look at that. The
Neocons,
conservative judges are
libertarians,
liberal.
all those
Liberal.
mainstream people, they might as well be leftists to me,
Yeah, I
okay?
see.
That's how far to the right I am. Do you understand my position? So when
I
you say,
kinda guessed it when you
you
said that.
say, you know,
That Amy Coney Barrett, she's a liberal Marxist. That's what Sam Alito, he just, God, it's a Leninist, communist. Oh my God! Wow!
about obeying police. Why would I give the authority to police? Do you know here in America?
Do you think Donald Trump should be pardoning 9 members of Congress who committed financial crimes?
Let me see if I can remember his name right, because
financial
it's so-
crime?
Do you know who
pro
Thomas-
financial crime?
Do you know
All
who
right,
Thomas
pause.
Timbo is?
Pause.
I think the people who clapped you have voted you out.
All right. Head back to your seat. You've been voted out by the
conservatives
majority.
Nice to meet you. Hello,
there.
sir. How are you?
Hey, so I'm going to be as respectful about this as possible, but the truth is your claim is completely bad faith. You do not care about being anti-crime. You yourself are pro-crime. Your side is pro-crime
love
because you're a
crime.
progressive.
How am I pro-crime?
So I'll give you an example, right? So your side,
Mehdi
not Donald
loves
Trump,
crime.
has passed a series of laws.
Illegal.
Mehdi, lover of crime.
How am I pro-crime?
Always
So I'll
doing
give you an
crimes.
example, right? So your side, not Donald Trump, has passed a series of laws in California. Let's go with California. It's where we are right now. It's where I'm from. I don't know. Are you from California?
No.
Or okay. So in California, for example, the state legislature, completely progressive, just passed a law that limits sex offender registration to 10 years. It was life before. That's pro-crime. The legislature in California, which is progressives again, has passed a law that says the voter-induced
Wait, this guy
three-strike law
wants to talk
is
about-
no longer.
I'm shocked. I don't know when this was recorded. I think it was recently. And I'm shocked that they want to talk about the sex offenders amidst all of this.
Absolute. If someone murders someone, stabs someone on 3 separate occasions, a judge now does not have to give them life. That's a progressive law. That is not. That is pro-crime. You support that, don't you?
I actually don't support sex offenders coming off a list. I think they should be on for life.
Okay, so you disagree with progressives.
So hold on. You and I both agree that sex offending is a bad thing, especially child sex offending, right?
It seems like you and I agree on that.
I
The
agree on that.
legislature of California doesn't.
So I'm not here to debate the legislature of California. I'm here to debate
You're
Donald
progressive.
Trump being pro-crime.
But
And
you're
I'm
progressive.
saying that Donald Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. When Ghislaine Maxwell, who's the worst child sex trafficker of our lifetime, she's serving over 20 years. Do you know Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's actually not. Jeffrey Epstein's the worst sex trafficker.
He's dead. I'm talking about people who are alive right now.
It's interesting though you didn't use his name, right? Wouldn't he be the one who did this?
Oh, great. I'm glad you brought up
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, before he died, did an interview with Michael Wolff. He's on tape. I don't know if you've heard the tape. He says, my closest friend was Donald Trump. I was his closest friend. Elon Musk, I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He tweeted recently that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files. And Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the right-hand woman of Jeffrey Epstein, when she was on trial for child sex offending, which you and I are opposed to, Donald Trump stood up and said, good luck to her, I wish her well. So yeah, that makes him pro-crime and pro-criminal if he's being soft on child sex
Well,
traffickers
you just said they
like
were his
Epstein.
friends. He's
No,
clearly
I'm saying he was
something-
friends. He was friends with Epstein. You haven't seen the videos? They danced together, partied together.
It's
Epstein
a guy,
said I was
it's
his
a guy
closest
he knows.
friend.
He's not supported the pedophilia part. The only people supporting
Actually,
pedophilia
that's
are
not
the
true.
left.
Trump gave a speech about 20 years ago where he said Epstein's a great guy. He loves young women. A lot of them are very young. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, laugh, laugh. So yeah, I think he's pro-crime and pro-criminal.
So you think
and I
he's
think he's
pro-crime
soft
for
on
having a
sex
friend?
offenders.
Do you have
Illegal.
any friends who are criminals?
Not that I know of. Certainly not child sex offenders. No, do you?
If it came, no, of course not. And
Okay,
if it
so
came-
we're both in agreement again.
If
So
it
why are you
came out
defending
tomorrow
Donald
that
Trump?
one, if it came out tomorrow that one of your friends was a child sex
You know
trafficker,
what I'd do?
You'd stop being friends with them.
Yes.
But-
And I
but-
wouldn't say-
And, then I'd go on TV and I would say, "Oh, look, Mr. Hassan was friends with this guy 10 years ago. Therefore, he's
What if
pro-child
Mr.
sex
Hassan
trafficking."
said, I wish them well when they're on trial? Wouldn't you ever go at me for
You
that?
wish your
Wouldn't
friend
you
well
mad?
on trial?
Yeah, child sex trafficker. Would you be mad?
I wouldn't wish someone well, but that's
Donald
your
Trump
gotcha.
did.
That's your gotcha.
It's a pretty
Is it
big
he said
gotcha.
He wished
Yeah,
a friend
pretty
well?
big gotcha.
Okay,
He
but
praised
see,
the- he
what
praised
you're
the
really
woman for
trying to
child
do
sex
right now is you're
What
trying to
about
get
the
back
fact
to
that he's-
Donald Trump
what
on
about
a
the fact
personal
that
level.
Elon
Let's
Musk
talk
says his
policy.
name is
What's his policy?
Oh, you want to talk policies?
Yes.
So when he left office in 2020, he left behind the highest murder rate for over 100 years.
He left
Between
behind
20
the highest murder.
Yes.
That is the most bad faith claim you
No,
could
no,
possibly make.
it's a fact from the
No,
CDC
and you know
data.
what? Here's why it's bad faith.
Can I finish a sentence and then you can come back in?
You're just lying to people. Donald
I'm
Trump.
lying? Can I finish the sentence?
Donald Trump does not cause the
Can I-
murder rate.
can I-
Murder is a state
Oh,
level
that's
crime.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's more responsible for the murder rate than.
Oh. Oh, I see. So the president doesn't cause the murder rate. I don't know how many times I've heard these people come in here and be Joe Biden created a lawless country. There's a murder happening in this room right now because of Joe Biden. This guy has big virgin energy. You want me to read the fact checks? Okay, I'll read the fact checks. According to the Brookings Institute, the murder rate increased 30% across U.S. cities in 2020, a year in which Donald Trump was president. That's a galactic fact check. Their analysis found the spike was connected to local unemployment and school closures in low-income areas during COVID. Oh no, well, we're going to have some school closures again here. I wonder if that's going to increase crime.
I finish a sentence, and then you can come back in.
You're just lying to people. Donald Trump.
I'm lying?
Yes,
Can I finish the sentence?
Donald Trump does not cause the murder rates. Murder is a state-level
that's
crime.
hilarious.
Gavin
Conservatives
Newsom is
spent-
more responsible for the murder rate than Donald Trump is.
That's hilarious. So Donald Trump's not responsible for murder rate, but other politicians who are Democrats
Yes,
are.
because it's
Everyone
a
can see
state-level
your
law.
partisanship.
That's like saying no. I'll say Republicans are too. State governors who are soft on crime are the ones that are
Let
responsible
me finish
for
the
murder
sentence.
rates.
When Donald Trump left office in 2020, between 2019 and 2020, according to data from the CDC, from the FBI, from Pew Research, the 30% increase in the murder rate between 2019 and 2020. It was the single biggest jump in the murder rate since 1905.
And who's
so
doing
he's
that?
pro-crime
Who's
murdering?
and
Aren't they
pro-criminal.
Who's doing the murdering?
The murderers.
So aren't they responsible
But why
for the
did it
murder
go
rate?
up on his watch?
What?
Why did it go up on his watch?
What?
It's
That's
very
real
bad.
hard. That's
What? That's an incomprehensible question. Why did it go? What? What? I don't know what you're doing. Why are you asking me questions?
So aren't they responsible
But why
for the
did it
murder
go
rate?
up on his watch?
What?
Why did it go up on his watch?
Gee,
He's
that's
very
real
bad.
hard.
That's
That's
He's
a
very
real
bad
hard.
at fighting crime
That's a
for
real hard one to
Republicans.
figure out, right? We shut down the whole economy during COVID. We told everyone they couldn't go out unless it was to violently protest. We told people that if a cop tries to arrest you, that cop's probably going to get charged with murder.
No, I think the pandemic had a lot to do with it. But
Right.
the pandemic
Did he
didn't
cause
finish
that?
in 2020.
What?
The pandemic didn't finish in
No, but
2020.
you
and yet
asked why
all-
the murder rate
and
went
yet
up.
if we're
The
going to
murder
play
rate
the
went
what
up
about game,
because of
you
all
guys
these
blame Joe
factors.
Biden for crime for years.
What Joe
For
Biden
years.
actively induces policies that are pro-crime. I'm asking
So
you
does
for
Donald Trump. Okay.
Name the policy
I'll
that's
name one right
pro-crime.
now. I'll
Please,
name one
I've
right
asked
now.
you for like 10 minutes.
I'll name
Please
one right
do
now.
that.
No, you haven't actually. You talked about
some of-
California legislatures. He pardoned violent criminals
That's
who
not-
then went
that's
on
not a policy.
to commit
He
other
did-
crimes. You don't think releasing violent crimes into
A
the
pardon is
community?
a one-time thing. What's his policy
know-
he has pushed? Name a law he
Hold
has
on, no.
signed.
A pardon
What
is a
law has he
one-time
signed?
thing. Is a policy is not one-time
That's
thing.
like Jimmy Carter pardoned the
You
draft.
guys
Listen,
may want to dodge January 6th, the pardons.
I'm not dodging that.
Then
Jimmy
deal with
Carter.
it. Did you agree
okay,
with
I'm
them?
gonna right now.
Do you agree with
Jimmy
them?
Carter
Do you
pardoned
agree with
draft
the pardons?
dodgers. Does that mean his
I
policy was
don't
no one has
support
to...
Jimmy Carter. Do you?
Also, I love how who is in charge of getting the word out in Republican spaces right now? Is there some sort of memo that went around telling everybody, hey, the January 6th pardons, that's one thing, okay? 1,600 pardons equals one thing. It's not 1,600 things. That's too many things.
That's too much, man.
That sounds bad. So don't you gotta talk about it like it's one thing.
Okay. Do you support the pardoning of people who went on to be prosecuted for sexually abusing a 7-year-old child, illegal gun possession, reckless homicide?
Now, see,
These are
there's
people
more
who
bad
released.
faith. See,
These are
there's more
people who
bad
released
faith.
from
He
prison.
didn't pardon someone for sexually abusing a
No, but
child.
they went on to be
pardoned
convicted
someone
of it.
for
So
rebelling
that's
against the government that they believed
No,
had
they-
rigged elections. That's what he pardoned them for. He didn't pardon them for sexual child abuse.
But they were criminals who committed those crimes. He let them out, so that means
Now,
the crime rate goes up.
So you say they're criminals because they did the crime, right?
Yeah.
Would you extend that to illegal immigrants, that they're all criminals because they committed a crime? I have a feeling your position is going to change.
Supreme Court. We're going to talk about immigration.
Someone who's illegally entered the United States, not a criminal, but somebody
not
who
according to the
illegally
Supreme
entered the
Court.
Capitol
Not
is.
according to the Supreme Court of the United States.
The Supreme Court has said that anyone who enters the United States
The
illegally
Supreme
is not a
Court,
criminal.
and we can jump to
Can I get
future
the case
claims.
site? Can I get the
We
case
can
site?
jump to 20. You want to get the case?
The case site, please. You said the Supreme Court
The
said,
citation of the case.
Yes, that entering
It's
the United
called-
States illegally.
I love how this kid keeps saying, it's been 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I want this citation. Then he keeps interrupting Mehdi every time he tries to say it.
Is not a crime.
It's called Arizona versus United States 2012. Go look it up.
Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you doing, sir?
Nice to meet you, Mehdi.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I really just more want to get an understanding. When you say pro-criminal, what do you mean?
I mean that when confronted with people who've committed criminal acts, Donald Trump has been either soft on them, friendly with them, pardoned them, and of course, let's not forget, I mean, we've got 5 minutes left. I'm surprised it hasn't come up earlier. He's a convicted criminal himself sitting in the White House.
Okay,
Illegal.
I want to make sure I
Felony offenses.
understand you correctly because
Yes.
I don't want to strawman you.
No,
You're saying
I appreciate that.
every time that he's been confronted,
Not every time. I didn't
most
say the
times,
words every time.
most times,
A lot of the time.
a lot of the times,
Yes.
he's leaned towards criminal activity.
I didn't say criminal activity. He has committed
Endorsed
crimes.
criminal.
He's been indicted for
Correct.
88 different criminal offenses in 4 different jurisdictions by 5 different grand juries. He was convicted himself on 34 different criminal offenses by a jury of his peers.
Okay.
But let's park that for a moment.
Okay.
separate to his own crimes, when confronted with the crime.
Yeah. How are these guys planning on getting around all of these very, very awkward, inconvenient truths? Like Donald Trump himself happens to be a criminal. Hates crime unless he's the one doing it, and we're fine with him doing crimes. Look, people love when I do crimes. People love it.
Of others, or the alleged crimes of others. For example, a Chinese crypto billionaire called Justin Sun, who was being investigated for market manipulation. Trump dropped the case, invited him to the golf course, invited him to the White House.
Plenty of examples.
And the guy invested $70 million in Trump's cryptocurrency.
So what I want to ask you
That's
this.
pro-crime in my view.
Is it possible, because remember, the burden of proof's on you, right? You have to prove. Is it possible that all these things that he's done that supposedly make him pro-crime, there's another reason for the doing it? There's other justification. For example, let me give you an example, and then you can rebut it. The J6.
Yes.
Is it possible that he could have done this to unite the country, to move past, to go to a new chapter? If it's even possible, I think you would have to admit that there's another possibility. Therefore, he's not pro-crime.
Oh, he's Donald Trump, don't you see? He's just pro-America. He just loves America so much, and that's why he had to pardon them. Look, it's clear. If you didn't pardon the Jan 6ers, the country would never be able to get over it.
At least in possibility.
So let me agree and disagree.
Yep, okay.
So I agree with you that the intent could be different. I don't think Donald Trump was sitting there saying, how can I increase the level of murders? Let me release some murderers.
Right.
I'm not saying he did that on January 6th. I don't think he was trying to unite the country. That's where we disagree. That's bullshit. In fact, he divided the country further. But intent doesn't really matter to my claim. If he's releasing violent criminals,
wait.
it doesn't
Intent
matter.
doesn't matter?
No, he's pro-crime and pro-criminal.
No, but that's a big indictment to say pro-crime. That means
if I'm
he's
confronted,
for crime.
I'm confronted. Well, he is, because for example, I gave an example.
No. It could be possible. Okay, sorry, forgive me. Yep.
Your friend earlier, your ally, said, where has he done stuff that's increased the crime rate? I'm telling you, people have been pardoned who have been convicted on multiple other crimes. These people who we pardoned had previous criminal records. They were not just some folks chilling around go, we're against the takeover of our country, we're opposed to rebellion. A lot of these people were already hardened criminals.
Yeah, and we're only in the first section of this, but Mehdi is obliterating these people. Like, they are either being forced to say things that are utterly ridiculous, right? Completely ignore the premise of the argument from Mehdi, or literally just agree with the argument and just sort of be like, look, I actually think it's good, right? That's basically where we're at with these people. He's just annihilating them. He's got facts for absolutely everything, and all they can do is go, well, look, all right, you got a lot of facts and things, but have you considered this?
Militia members, he looked at those people and said, you know what?
Did you know that Hillary Clinton and Jeffrey Bezos actually did Jan 6th?
A lot of these people were already hardened criminals, militia members. He looked at those people and said, you know what? They've been convicted, in many cases, by Republican judges, but I'm going to let them out. Yeah, that makes you pro-criminal. Can I ask you a question?
Is it possible?
Very much so. And if Joe Biden had done it, you'd be attacking him.
Sure. Is it possible that their conviction was part of a plea? It's like, oh, shit, I can't get out of this, so I got to take a plea deal.
Some of them, maybe.
A lot of them, maybe?
Others we saw with our own lying eyes on tape, battering police officers.
So I want to
did you watch live on January 6th? What happened?
To be completely honest, I'm pretty novice on this. Okay. I'm more trying to target. You're saying he's pro-crime, and in my head, thinking this logically. Let me finish. If I can finish for 1 second.
You're saying he's pro-crime in my head. No, Mehdi is saying it in his head, and the sound's coming into your head through your ears. It's okay. I know it's complicated. Stop saying that in my head. It's confusing me.
Well, and there's a possibility that he might have had other reasons. For example, unifying the country. Next chapter, right? That could be the reason. Therefore, it's not pro-crime. There was other reasons. I'm just saying that's a possibility.
I'm saying it's a possibility, but I'm saying it's irrelevant, because if you're knowingly releasing violent criminals out into the community, pardoning, not just releasing, then yes, you are being pro-criminal. And I've interviewed police officers.
I don't know about that case.
I've interviewed police officers who have been assaulted beaten, had to retire from the police office, broken bones.
Can I move really
Let me
quick?
say this out.
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
finish very quickly. I've interviewed these police officers. They've been beaten by people who they've then seen walk off the streets and then carry on threatening them. Yes, when Donald Trump is responsible for that, you're definitely pro-crime.
Okay, I doubt
All
a lot
right,
of the sources,
pause.
but
You doubt
Pause.
police officers who testified to being assaulted?
You've
Wow.
been voted out by the majority. Please return to your
Nice to meet
seat.
Thanks.
The blue, baby. Unless they're saying something I don't like. Republicans.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you, Mehdi.
Sweet shirt, bro.
So you claim that your main claim is that Trump pardoned some people from January 6th. By the way, I was there. I saw it all firsthand. About a football field away.
What is this,
Smoke
kid,
in my
15?
eyes. Bloodied. It was a crazy day.
Were you convicted of any crimes?
No, of course not, because I didn't enter the building. Stay very peaceful. But your entire claim is that he
That's not
pardoned.
my entire claim.
Your bet's basically you keep
No,
bringing
I
it up.
mentioned-
How old were you on January 6th? Like 12? Yeah. A peaceful 12-year-old.
All you do is bring it up.
Okay, I'll mention
Well,
some other people.
let me say this.
Are you
let me
okay
say
with
this.
his pardoning of Paul Wolchak, who
Let
stole
me
money
bring
from
this
his
up.
employees?
You keep talking
or
about
9 former
pardoning.
members of Congress. That's
You
my
keep talking
claim.
about pardoning.
He keeps pardoning criminals. That makes him.
You know who else
pro-criminal.
pardoned a big criminal?
Go on.
Hunter Biden was pardoned by his
Yeah,
father.
I don't think
He
he should've
did
done
crack
that.
cocaine,
He should've done
and
that.
he had hookers there too.
I'm with you all. I'm with you all.
But then why don't you
Go
claim that
check my
Biden? Why
Twitter.
don't you claim that
I
Biden
think Joe
is
Biden in that
pro-crime?
instance was pro-crime. He shouldn't have done it.
Well,
he
so
shouldn't
he
have
was
done it.
overall
He
pro-crime
shouldn't have
just
done
because
it.
he did that
No,
one.
but Joe Biden didn't just. So if it was just a pardon, then you'd be fine. But I already mentioned there's also the fact that Joe Biden wasn't actually a convicted criminal in office. Trump has committed crimes. Trump hangs around with criminals. He spent much of the 80s hanging around with the New York mob. He hung around with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, that whole that's
I can keep going.
Jeffrey Epstein lived in West Palm Beach, the area, and that's the closest golf course he could go to.
Do you think?
And he's very,
do you
very
think
rich,
Donald
so
Trump
we
is
paid,
in the Epstein
so
files?
we paid.
Do you think
as
Donald
soon,
Trump is in the
as
Epstein
soon
files?
as Trump found out,
Do you think
that
Donald Trump is in the
Epstein-
Epstein files?
No, I do not. And here,
What, is Elon Musk?
I don't want reality.
Oh, and Jeffrey Epstein. The Jeffrey Epstein files are completely void of any mention of Donald Trump. Oh, so naive. Oh my gosh, this guy, this poor guy. I think this must have been taped before the recent date, in the last week or so. When did it drop? Was it July 6th? I think it was July 6th. Right? Somebody check me on that. I should try and find out when this was filmed.
Let me explain this. Okay. He lived in.
Oh no, we missed a fact check? Oh, we did miss a fact check. I'm sorry. Please hold. Sorry everyone. I got distracted. It's all settled down. According to the Fear City documentary and other reports, Trump worked with the mafia on certain construction jobs.
Illegal.
Jobs that involved unions, supply and contracting companies that were under mob control.
He hung around with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Well, that whole that's.
I can keep going.
Jeffrey Epstein lived in West Palm Beach, the area, and that's the closest golf course he could go to.
Oh,
And he's
I get it. So, look, of course they're friends. Look, they live in the same neighborhood, all right? Everybody in all neighborhoods are friends, all right? Look, there's only so many private golf courses near Palm Beach.
What you talking about?
Do you think Donald Trump is in the Epstein
so
files?
we paid.
Do you think Donald Trump is in the
As
Epstein
soon
files?
as Trump found out.
Do you think Donald Trump is in the Epstein files?
No, I do not. And here,
What, is he-
Donald Trump literally, if he wanted to go golfing, he could just go to his own golf course, which is not that far away from. I mean, it's Doral. I think he has. Does he have multiple Floridian golf courses? I think he does.
Let me explain this. Okay. He lived in the area in Mar-a-Lago, near Mar-a-Lago, so he bought, obviously, a ticket to go in there.
Yep.
As soon as Trump found out that Epstein had done all those bad things, immediate ban
That's
from
not true.
Mar-a-Lago.
Not true.
Immediate ban
It's
from
not true.
Mar-a-Lago. Yes, it is.
Not true. A book called The Grifters Club alleged Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago for hitting another member's daughter. Right, but I don't think that even we've been talking about this so much. I feel like I actually know more about this than this fact check, because we recently talked about it, and they got into a dispute over not this incident, but a real estate incident, supposedly. where Jeffrey Epstein wanted a property. Donald Trump saw that property, and then he wanted that property. And, you know, that's how the story goes, supposedly. There's just it's just shocking that two creepy old white men would stop being friends over something they wanted.
Yes,
true.
it is 100%.
In fact, Ghislaine Maxwell recruited some of the girls that were abused from Mar-a-Lago.
So listen to this.
From Mar-a-Lago. That's pretty outrageous, right?
Elon Musk tweeted that out in a fit of rage, okay? Do you really
Sometimes
do
people
you
tell
really
the truth
think,
when they're angry.
Do you really
the
think,
truth comes out when people are angry sometimes.
So Cash
we
Patel,
might see that today.
Cash Patel literally said that Elon Musk had no access to the Epstein files. So
Cash Patel said that Epstein killed himself. Do you agree with that?
Whatever he says goes. Then yeah, I don't care.
You do?
He knows more information than I do.
A lot of MAGA people are upset.
He knows more
Cash Patel
information than I
saying
do.
that.
But here's the actual claim.
Suddenly people are trying to vote you out because you said you agree with Cash Patel on Epstein.
He knows more information
All right,
than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
Surrounded is now a podcast.
I love how he actually got voted out right in 0 seconds. But that was, it was hilarious. Even Mehdi noticed it. It was so drastic. They're like, look, everybody wants you gone, kid. Everybody wants you gone for saying this. You're wrong. Ooh, it's a podcast.
Available where.
Sweet. In case you want to watch this not watch this, but enjoy this in a completely audio format, you could listen to the Surrounded podcast. It's available now. It's all very exciting. This guy.
Don't be creepy.
This guy's got to settle down. Look at the look on his face.
Is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution?
Illegal.
This guy. Yeah, you.
Don't be creepy.
Settle down.
Nice to meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you, sir.
Mehdi, lovely to meet you.
So I would say that with...
What is wrong with this guy? Pleasure to meet you, sir. Okay. Something's wrong with you, I'm pretty sure.
Trump being anti-Constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because in regards...
Fuck the Constitution. Light clapping in this room here. Wow. Republicans, they don't care about the Constitution anymore, supposedly. That's fascinating.
Get rid of the Second Amendment.
What is that face?
In regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed.
Oh my gosh. Yes, get rid of the pornography. We must have no more porn.
Illegal.
It's ruining America.
Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that quite frankly,
the Second Amendment.
there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
Great, actually.
This is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprised. I was shocked to hear that.
Get rid of the Second Amendment.
I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying
Don't
the
get
First
rid of it, he's saying. That's weird. That's confusing. I'm confused.
Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you...
So yeah, right. So we don't get to say blasphemy, was it? So which God are we supposed to not blaspheme, first of all? I assume it's the Christian evangelical one, I guess. But that's not even entirely clear to me. But so yeah, no blaspheming, no pornography. What else are we allowed? But we are allowed as many guns as we want, though. As many, all just guns. Just you make your shoes out of guns.
disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
absolutely not. This guy. I love how the Republican lack of self-awareness and concern for hypocrisy it feels like it's hit a peak. It has hit something of a peak at this point. It's like, look, we are truly pro-authoritarian. Are we not making that 100% clear to you? And it's a specific kind of authoritarianism, theocratic in nature, and also a little ethnocentric as well. And he says it with such the looks on this guy's face are wild. Look at him. Look at him. He is animated. He is worked up about this. He really believes it.
Whenever it's in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
So you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree,
so
and
you
that's part of the
support Trump?
problem.
You don't support Trump?
No,
part
I
of the
don't. I
problem.
didn't even vote for him. I
Oh.
wrote in like John Pork or someone.
Why did you?
I wrote in John Pork. Sure you did, buddy. I'll bet he did not. I would bet money that this guy did not do that.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of voted just to
I came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but I'm
bit,
bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local leaders,
Who is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No brown
absolutely.
people. So
Well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
some of the people
I
in this
have
room
quite-
don't make the cut
No,
from what I can.
Like how he got like all the way done saying it, and then Mehdi starts looking around, and the kid's like, "Wait, well, I mean, look, all right, okay, so not the people in this room, okay? They've been vetted. These are vetted brown people. This is basically what this kid finds, I think, is about to say right now."
Actually, hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you. I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white, and should stay that way.
How does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm sorry. What?
What now?
What just happened, Connor? What was the difficulty? Are you doing okay?
Stay that
How
way.
does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor.
My name's
Pleasure
Connor.
to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh,
to say
well,
your name.
I use
Connor,
a pseudonym online,
fair enough,
but
Connor,
fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about
whether-
deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Benevolent leader.
Hi.
Yay. Benevolent leader. And who decides who's the most benevolent? Is there some sort of system where we can determine benevolence? Omegastar being benevolent as fuck over here with a sweet super sticker. Look at that fox. That fox is having a real Sunday fun day. We haven't even started the real Sunday fun day festivities, and that fox is having fun. You can just tell. Look at it. Look at it. This is wild. Am I right? This shit is wild. This guy is like breathily and anxiously like what's the word? He is speaking on behalf of fascism and authoritarianism. Like, it's really off-putting just how far the right wing has gone. They're like, look, we know that many of our policies aren't actually popular. And so we think that democracy probably shouldn't be a thing. Because we love our positions. We should force them onto everyone else. We still don't have a name for the green dancing alien. We could have, I mean, people can suggest names for the alien. I'll consider names.
Could be a kind of aristocratic class, could be someone
who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that state.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills, because that's the whole thing.
How do you know? Autocrats tend to kill everyone.
Wow. So this guy's he has made this connection already. He says, look, I am white, so if I support the fascist white supremacist regime, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to get murdered in my sleep because whiteness is why. He's made that calculation, and he's like, I'm okay with that. Look, as long as it's not me and my family getting shot, getting deported, getting disappeared to some prison in the middle of the Everglades, then what do I care? Why do I have to think about? Why should I give a shit? That's actually probably good, more for me and my family.
Schmidt makes this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi.
I'm fine being a Nazi. Dude. This is 1 week after Greg Gutfeld came out and said we should all reclaim Nazism, and they're doing it. They're already doing it. I'll bet you this guy listens to Greg Gutfeld every freaking day.
Say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
what about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution.
A little bit of persecution. A teeny little bit of persecution that got done back then in the Holocaust. Look, it was like a tiny little bit. This is utterly horrific. I'm fairly certain in Germany you go to jail for saying stuff like this. This is utterly atrocious speech. I mean, this guy, I don't know anything about this guy. I've never seen him before. But upon my first viewing and listening to this man, I am disturbed, to say the least. That he can say this with a smile on his face. Like, look, I don't think the Nazis are so bad. We should have an authoritarian government as long as it's run by me and the people, or at least the people who look like me. Then it's fine.
This is ridiculous!
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah,
I am.
You need help.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats. They were aristocrats. They didn't care.
Are you in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
You mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any.
Oh, Franco didn't kill any women. Okay. Wow.
I don't want reality.
Wow. Okay. Fascinating. Okay, a super chat from Narwhal by nature. If I were equally as unattractive as he, I don't think I'd have the nerve to think I was better than anyone. Genetics would prove me wrong constantly. He's not the most conventionally attractive individual. I think the most unattractive part about this man is his fucking ideology. It is horrifying. Like he it makes him an ugly person inside. It just radiates from within him. It's just not good. He's just a bad guy. He loves Nazis and authoritarians and fascists. He's like, actually, no, all that stuff is good, dude. All that stuff is good. I don't know why you're even asking about that. Yes, I'm into it. All the worst possible stuff, that's my thing, dude.
People who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic.
He only killed combatants. Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The White Terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill people.
You just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi and being a Nazi, if being a Nazi means upholding human dignity, because I even believe in your...
Mehdi makes a fucking great point there. This guy's rapid firing so much shit. For a second, it went by me completely. It was like, but yeah, you just went from saying the Holocaust was only a teeny tiny problem, and then you're like, dude, nuns dead? Priests dead, bro? Like, oh my, and he's just like hyperventilating over this. It's like, Mehdi, he's like, dude, are you serious? You just got done waving off the worst atrocity of the 20th century.
Dignity. I don't, in a state that I was running, I wouldn't want to hurt you or anything like that. But quite frankly,
I don't debate fascists.
Okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing
okay,
here? Because
great.
I mean,
I think a lot of the conservatives in this room are actually a little bit shocked. Look at this guy's face. He's like, what's happening right now? Am I supposed to like this? Such a creepy moment. He's like, he thinks he's won something. He's won the prize of being the internet's biggest Nazi today.
What you're doing here,
you just seem offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I condemn the...
Everybody should be offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Like, what? Come on, bro. Also, we talked about this earlier, but this shift, which, you know, is happening, this complete full Nazification of the Republican Party. We're seeing Greg Gutfeld saying we have to reclaim it, my Nazi. All this nasty stuff that he's fucking saying over there. I mean, at the same time, for the last 20 months, those same people have been claiming anti-Semitism about the left, and you know, at protests where they were absolutely devoid of anti-Semitism. They've been declaring this over and over again. Where are the blanket condemnations of Greg Gutfeld, this guy right here, and like all these other insane people on the right that they consume their media? Greg Gutfeld is one of the top-rated Republican, you know, shows, hands down, to my understanding. Where are the blanket condemnations? Omega Star with another sweet super chat. Do you concede that I'm a fascist? Yeah, exactly. It's a joke. It is a joke. They don't even see the comedy in what they're saying.
That they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi.
Sure.
Is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was super cool,
He was
quite
a great
frankly.
guy.
Because the whole
And
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in democracy.
What are you doing here at a televised debate? This is democracy. Not what a debate and disagreement.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean upholding free speech after we win. Again, I mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment we're in is that you guys are so open about it.
The whole reason I mentioned
the quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
Past him because of the Nazi
even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to act.
I love how Mehdi is sort of blithely dismantling this dude and his entire argument to his face, and he just keeps proving Mehdi correctly. He's like, yes. He's like, yes, you're right. I am a fascist. I am a Nazi. Okay, I am all of these terrible things, and that's why I'm here. I'm not here to debate. I've already decided. I've already decided for everyone.
Enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
Wow, it's incredibly vindictive political system.
I'm not sure what to say.
Hey, it is what it is.
It's horrible.
All
I mean,
right.
I'm just like Mehdi. I'm like,
Pause.
dude,
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return
made
to your
yourself
seat.
perfectly clear. Mehdi, I think rightly so, is just like, that's it. You've nutshelled your case perfectly well, and there's nothing else to argue. This guy is looking for a job in the, like, you know, in the Stasi. You know, he wants to be a member of the SS. I don't know how he even got on here.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. I can't say the same, but thank you.
Oh, never occurred to me.
Interesting.
It's just crazy enough to work.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, Mehdi.
Good to meet you, sir. All right. So I kind of want to start at the basics or the foundation. I want to see.
Can I just check?
Yes.
Are you a fascist?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I describe myself as, I think, just a Christian.
Fair enough.
I'm a devout Christian.
Good to hear.
So, I want
A little clapping for Christianity.
to start, like, what is your connection to the Constitution, and why do you love it so much? Like, what makes it so important that Trump would defy something like the Constitution to you personally?
Great questions. My first connection is I'm an American citizen. I naturalized American citizen, took a pledge to this country, to the Constitution. As a previous speaker has said, Constitution's not perfect. A lot of things I don't like about it. I don't like the Second Amendment. There's various amendments. I don't like the way the Senate is set up. I'm sure there's things you don't like about the Constitution. The difference is, I don't think you can just illegally defy the Constitution. I don't think each and every one of us can make up whatever they want. Certainly presidents who are elected with an oath, right? Donald Trump took an oath to preserve, protect, defend the Constitution. And now when he's asked on television, isn't it your job to uphold the Constitution? He said on NBC, I don't know, which goes against his oath. And I'm identifying specific amendments where he is violating. He's only 6 months into his presidency, defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He wants to defy the 22nd Amendment and be president for a third term. This is the problem we have right now. Free speech is under assault. The free press is under assault. Due process is under assault. The right to be in your home and not be invaded by federal agents, the Fourth Amendment, is under assault. So that for me is a problem.
Okay. Well, I'd like to start to say I really don't find the Constitution that important. I find it to be like a 300-year-old document. And it was created to defy the country that subjugated your ancestors in India. And then your parents probably moved from India to Britain. And then you move here to tell us that we should listen to a piece of paper that you were never even connected to begin with. So I want to say, like, if I don't care about it, why do you care about it?
This
so
guy's
much?
great grandfather is Thomas
any
Jefferson.
kind of laws or due
Apparently, this guy's got deep connections to the Constitution. I love this very racist claim. It's like, look, you have no connection to the Constitution because you're not white. I can guarantee you that this guy would have struggled to connect himself all the way back to, the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
And by the way, you do care about it, because without the First Amendment, you wouldn't be sitting here.
Well, I agree with the First Amendment, and I think.
So do you
every
agree with
country-
Donald Trump's crackdown on the First Amendment? He's imprisoning people for their speech. He's threatening free speech media organizations. He's threatening peaceable assembly. These are all rights under the First Amendment. Why aren't you bothered by that as a conservative who claims to love the First Amendment?
So I don't like the First Amendment. I like free speech.
Okay,
so,
the First Amendment is what guarantees free speech. I'm from the UK, by the way.
Speech.
I'm from the UK,
Yeah, and you guys
which
don't
is a
have
democracy.
that.
We don't have the First Amendment. No, that's one of the things I do like about the Constitution. I wish the UK did have a First Amendment.
So people
I'm a
that get
journalist.
arrested for praying outside abortion clinics
So-
and stuff like that,
So,
right?
so you're opposed to people being arrested for speech crimes, I assume.
Well, it depends what it is. If it's like the
You don't, as long as there's someone who agrees with you, you don't mind.
No, I support
Either we consistently
particular
support
I
principles
support
or we
free
don't.
speech 100%.
Okay.
I like free restricted speech. I like restricted speech that is free. You're free to say things that aren't restricted. The freedom to say, I have a list of things you're allowed to say. Okay. You can say those things. If you say anything else, then you're not free to say that. That's what free speech means to this kid. Okay. I get it. I get it now. That makes sense.
So do you think Donald Trump is defying the Constitution by cracking down on the First Amendment?
Is there another fact check that I missed? Did I miss another fact check? Whenever I see the fact check, anybody say fact check in here, I'm like, oh no, did I miss a fact check? No, there's none. Okay.
I think he's cracking down on free speech, like the deportation of Mahmoud Khalil, who was
just released from prison by a judge saying his First Amendment rights were violated.
And I agree with the judge, and I disagree with Trump deporting them. But I think that's more a matter of free speech and not the Constitution.
I think that's pedantry at this moment. I think
That
he's
is
conceded that
pedantry.
he is cracking down on free speech, which is the First Amendment. So
He's playing some sort of strange semantical game that makes utterly no sense at all. I have no idea why the distinction.
Define the Constitution, so it's a pleasure to be in
just
agreement
don't
with
find
you,
it that
sir.
important.
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the
And he
majority.
lost
Please
the whole
return to your
audience.
seat.
Thank you very much. Okay, how's it going? I'm Mehdi.
Mehdi, great to meet you. My name is Kai. Do you, Mehdi, believe that the Constitution is important
Yeah, your name
and
is
good?
Kai. Your name is definitely Kai. I could just tell.
Do you, Mehdi, believe that the Constitution is important and good?
Overall, yes.
Do you believe that that Constitution can be eroded through democratic processes?
What do you mean by erode?
The original intention of the Constitution being destroyed through a purely, democratic or legal process.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Okay.
I think if you're democratically amending the Constitution per the rules of the Constitution, that's fine. If we could find a constitutional way to get rid of the Second Amendment, I'd be pro that.
So let's pose a hypothetical wherein the entire population of the United States has drastically changed.
Yes.
And the population now has completely different intentions about what to do with the country. Let's say it wants to give it all back to Mexico, dismantling the United States of America. If that's the case, then what's the use of the Constitution? It hasn't defended the country. In fact, it's allowed for its destruction.
I don't understand the premise. How did the whole country change?
Demographic replacement, mass migration. I mean, we're seeing a change in demographics. And
What am I looking at?
What is
What is happening over
I do want to talk
here?
about immigration.
I'm sorry, please hold. What is that? What am I looking at right now? I'm sorry. What is this outfit? This guy looks like the goddamn planter's peanut. What is happening? What is happening? What am I looking at?
change the demographics. And there's
what is the? I do want to talk about immigration today.
I hope we talk about it.
Everyone's itching in this group to get
Yes,
to
sir.
immigration.
Yes, sir.
I've saved it. I've saved it for you all. But given we're on the sense of the Constitution, and you asked the question, what is the proportion of immigrants in this country? What proportion of the population is foreign-born?
It's very difficult to measure because the actual projections of the number have been changing more rapidly.
But what is currently the best estimate of official
I think it was about 15%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just under 15%.
Which is, by the way, more actually than the original estimate was. So we have.
According to census data, the foreign-born population of the United States is about 53.3 million, or 15.8%. There is your SAN fact check.
15% of the people are going to change the country, change the constitution. How's that going to work? It's actually a nightmare. As someone who wants to amend the constitution and get rid of things like the ridiculous way the Senate is set up, or the Second Amendment on guns, or various other things, it's really hard to change the constitution. They made it almost impossible.
Get rid of the Second Amendment?
You know what? 20, 30 years ago.
I understand, which
and
is
it was
why
on, I think, members of Congress pay.
Which is why.
It's impossible.
I get it.
So where are you getting this scenario where 350 odd million people all become foreign-born migrants or the children of migrants, immediate migrants, even though America is a nation of migrants?
Yeah.
And then abandons the Constitution and gives the country back to Mexico. Outside of your imagination, where is that happening?
Let's bring it back to the actual discussion. What you did is
please.
You entertain my hypothetical.
Outside of your imagination, where is that happening? And this kid's like, wait, don't leave the hypothetical yet. We have to live. We have to argue about the hypothetical.
Well, let's bring it back to the actual discussion. What you did is you entertained my hypothetical, but then instead of sticking to the point of the Constitution, you said, well, how would you bring about your hypothetical? And then when
because you missed out the part where the Constitution's quite hard to change.
Hold on. I understand that. I gave you.
I also wanted to get a sense of where you are, and you're a great replacement guy. So that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, and you're a real good journalist because you don't talk to people who identify as like a.
Wow.
How rude.
Ideology. I mean, that's a very liberal idea.
I don't debate fascists. I'll talk to them, but I won't debate them.
Frankly, that's upsetting. I think there's a big problem when
Why won't you debate fascism? Fascism could be good. Because that's the premise, right, of debates. And I'm not sure that they understand that sometimes. It's not clear to me whether they understand that. It is the purpose of debate is to somehow bring people to your side. And your side is fascism. So you're saying that there's a lot of merits to fascism, and we should debate the merits of fascism, right? That's basically, he's like, look, it's disappointing. I'm disappointed that you wouldn't want to, talk about how many great things there are with fascism. So many great opportunities.
Freedom of speech so much, but any real journalist is not going to talk to somebody because they identify with the politically incorrect ideology.
Just talk to the guy in front of you. What are you talking about?
You literally stopped talking to him, and then everybody had to vote him out.
Debating versus talking is very different.
Okay.
It's pointless, right?
Okay,
he doesn't believe in free speech.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in democracy.
He was freely speaking with you. You're the one who shut up.
No, he said very clearly.
Okay.
He said, I support free speech so that I can get one election. After one election, my guy comes in, and after my guy comes in, nobody gets to speak or vote again.
We all listen to your
Why
conversation.
would I debate that?
We listen to your conversation. Let's
bring
it back to this topic.
Because you just
Let's bring it back to the Constitution.
Please do. First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th Amendments. Those are the ones I'm saying Trump is defying. Do you support that or do you deny them?
I believe that the Constitution is valuable because it represents particular interests of the founding stock of Americans who made this country great.
Do you think due process is important? Some would say that's at the very core of American Constitution.
And
Fifth Amendment.
And what I think makes the Constitution function, what allows it to save this country and to actually make it work are the people who are.
I'm not sure where you're going with this argument.
Hold on. I'll show you.
Is Trump defying the Constitution? That's my claim. You can have these weird hypotheticals.
We're taking it into a different meta, which is
this guy is the one taking it. He's creating a completely new meta. He's like, look, we could talk about whether or not Donald Trump is defying the Constitution, or talk about how hypothetically the Constitution might be good, could save us, is currently saving us. Maybe, I don't know. Who is Donald Trump again? Why are we still talking? Why people want to talk about Trump all the time? I don't get it. It's a weird time. It's a weird time over here at the Jubilee debate place.
Function of the Constitution.
I'd rather not have your.
You already did.
Yeah,
literally
but now I
just
don't
5
want
minutes
to.
ago when you took it to immigration.
Now I don't want to.
Okay, let's bring it back.
I want to bring it back to the First, the Fourth, the Fifth, and the 14th Amendments and the 22nd Amendments.
Look,
Either you say hold on, you got two very good positions here. One is to say I don't think he's defying them, and I'll say why you're wrong. Or you say I don't care that he's defying them, as one of your colleagues said. In which case, I don't know where this conversation goes because you don't believe in democracy.
That's fair. Do you think it's wrong to dismantle the Constitution?
So those two options ahead of you are. Do you agree?
This is important.
Do you agree?
What I'm doing
so
is
Donald Trump? Okay, let me ask a question about it.
So I love this. This is a new tactic, I think, in a way. He's like, can we deconstruct this argument? You want me to decide whether or not Donald Trump is defying the Constitution. I want to talk about whether or not him doing that thing hypothetically would be bad or good. He just, that's wow. Yes.
Me questions. You're not answering.
That's the heart of the argument.
the basic point.
Well,
do you think Donald Trump is dismantling the Constitution? Can we agree that Donald Trump is dismantling? Because I'll agree with you on that. I think he is dismantling the Constitution.
I think he's
illegally, unconstitutionally.
I think he's interpreting it in ways that are
Rid of the Second Amendment.
Judges do not agree with him on.
Okay,
which the Supreme Court has not agreed with him on.
And the judges don't agree with the people who wrote the Constitution.
How do you know that?
Okay, let's take your example of the Second Amendment. Let's say that a bunch of
judges... I didn't
judges...
give the Second Amendment.
No,
I said
hold
first,
on.
Fourth. You don't want to talk about the ones I've given.
You're interrupting me. You're interrupting me.
Because you're ignoring me. First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th, 22nd Amendments. Those are my amendments that I came with today. If you don't want to debate them, just say so.
I'm trying to understand your ideology.
Say so.
You believe that dismantling the Constitution is okay when it's about parts of the Constitution that you disagree with.
Amendments.
You would be fine getting rid of the Second Amendment, even though that would be a dismantling of the Constitution.
No, because the Constitution means I'm not the one sitting here like your pal.
Okay, you have agreed. You have agreed the Constitution.
I'm not the one saying you just get rid of them willy-nilly.
I don't agree. We're ramping up.
I don't agree that Joe Biden should come in and say by executive order, if Joe Biden put out executive order saying Second Amendment no longer applies. I can round up everyone's guns. I don't agree with that.
Your result is exactly the same.
No, but I don't agree with the method of doing it. It's unconstitutional.
That's fine.
He would have been defying the Constitution, and I would have said so, but you can't bring yourself to say so. We've been sitting here for several minutes. All of your friends have seen me ask you several times, do you agree that Donald Trump is defying the First, Fourth, Fifth, 14th, and possibly 22nd Amendments? Your colleague at least admitted that he's defying the First Amendment.
I understand that you came in here. What you are attempting to do is simply frame this conversation like you did with the first claim about Donald Trump. But then when anybody asks...
This kid, I love this kid. He really, I don't know, he really wants to get on this show, right? And he wants people to care about the words that he is saying. But he's not prepared for actual debate in any possible way, in any definition. He's just like, look, we could do the debate in the way that it's supposed to be done, or we could come up with something completely new. Have you heard of Calvin Ball before? Okay, we just make up the rules as we go. Rather than talking about the stuff that we were supposed to talk about, let's talk about this other thing so that I don't have to actually take a stance or defend that stance. Let's just talk about hypotheticals.
Any kind of question that presses you to the least degree.
No, I answered. I said I would dismantle the Constitution, but I would do it constitutionally, not by executive order.
So what I'm trying to get to is to prove to everybody who's watching that what you care about is not the Constitution in what it represents or creates. You care about the Constitution only insofar as it allows you to achieve your political worldview. We agree on that.
No, I care about the Constitution
you agree with the
because I don't think presidents should be fascist dictators and violate the Constitution.
Illegal.
That's what I'm saying.
You care.
And he is different. I don't think the president should have the power to lock you and me up if we write an op-ed that he doesn't like.
That's awesome.
I don't think the president should be able to crack down on us if you and I decide to go protest outside his parade. I don't think the president should be able to deprive you and I of due process or come into our homes without a warrant. Well, let's end on agreement then.
All right, pause. You've been voted out.
I'm glad
it's
we
good
end
to
on
meet
agreement.
you. It's good to
meet you, Kai. Hey,
this guy over here, Mr. Peanut, the KFC chicken guy, he's always late. He's always moving a little too slow with those, this slick outfit of his. As he keeps getting beat to the chair. I've watched it happen over and over and over again. He gets up, he's got something to say. He never gets to say it. I wonder what's going on in this guy's head.
Hey, how are you? I'm Mehdi.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? So Trump is defying the first, fourth,
fifth, and 14th, and maybe the 22nd soon.
Okay. So I want to focus on the first and the fifth.
Okay.
So you say that Trump is defying the First Amendment. Can you give me an example?
For example, he banned the Associated Press from attending White House events. A Trump-appointed judge said that was against the First Amendment. He's been cracking down on media organizations he doesn't like over their speech. If they say stuff he doesn't like, for example,
cracking down how?
So, for example, he banned the Associated Press from attending White House events because they said
go to the White House
it's the Gulf of Mexico. That's not how it works.
You're not the Associated Press, ma'am.
House, he deprived them of access, so he punished them for their speech.
But are they allowed to go to the press?
Which is why a judge he appointed, Trevor McFadden, said this was contrary to the First Amendment. A Trump-appointed judge. He's called MSNBC and CNN illegal. Media organizations are not ipso facto
But that's free speech.
Illegal.
He can call them whatever they want.
Attacking the media?
Yeah, he can
by the
attack
president as the executive?
Yeah, he can say whatever he wants. That's literally the First Amendment.
He can say whatever he wants.
Absolutely.
But the media can't say what they want.
They do.
But he's going after them. He's suing them. He's using lawsuits to...
They do say what they want, but he then also bans them from the White House for saying the things that they wanted to. So that doesn't seem free. And yeah, exactly. There's so many examples of this. I mean, the op-ed that Mehdi just mentioned. I mean, come on. The lawsuits, CBS, right now. It's been in the news all week.
Down on the press.
They
Presidents have not done that
lawsuits
before.
to give him 34 felonies that Hillary Clinton did.
No media gave him a lawsuit.
No, but people
we're
on
talking
the
about media.
Democratic side.
We don't talk about the Democrats.
Okay. So he can call them whatever he wants because that's the freedom of speech.
He's threatened to imprison reporters.
He absolutely.
He wants to imprison. He said reporters should go to prison.
So here's another fact check. President Donald Trump suggested jailing reporters
illegal
who publish classified or other sensitive information if they refuse to disclose their source.
For reporting. He threatened some of them with prison rape, right? That is against the First Amendment.
illegal.
Okay. How is that against the First Amendment?
You don't think sending reporters to prison for
Is
reporting
he
that he
sending
does
them?
like?
Did he do that?
He wanted to. He said so.
Okay,
I would like them to go.
I would really like to.
So
fly.
other people stopped him doesn't mean he's not defying the Constitution.
So he
also said if you turn up.
Excuse me. He can want to do something.
Yes.
That doesn't mean he will or he can.
Okay.
And I think.
I love that. I love that. The same, like, let's just play this out, okay? So, according to this young woman here, as long as somebody stops you from doing the thing that is the unconstitutional thing that you wanted to and are trying to do, then you haven't actually tried to violate the Constitution, right? You're not actively defying it. It's the same way that, like, you know, like you go into a jewelry store and you know, you got the mask, you got the gun, and you're like, everybody freeze, this is a robbery. And you got the bag out, right? And then you get the bag out and you're like, put all the jewelry in the bag. And then a security guard's like, hey, stop that. And he points a gun at you and you're like, oh, actually, everybody leave the jewelry where it is. I'm leaving now. You haven't committed a crime. Somebody stopped you from committing the crime. Don't you see? Don't you see? It didn't even happen because somebody stopped it. That's how this works. As long as somebody stops Donald Trump from doing the constitutional crimes, then they're not happening. And that's fine and good. No crimes to see here.
Illegal. I did everything right and they indicted me.
He can want to do something.
Yes.
That doesn't mean he will or he can.
Okay.
And I think he's very
Well, I've already
aware
given
of
an
that.
example of something he did do to the Associated Press, but okay.
Yeah, okay, so the Associated Press is allowed in the Oval Office, which is his office, that's his executive space.
Okay.
And they are allowed in the press room, just like CNN, just like The Guardian.
Which he thinks are illegal media organizations.
He can think whatever he
calls
wants.
the media the enemies of the people.
You called him a fascist.
Yeah.
you can say whatever you want.
Yes.
Yes.
But the
and
president is. I'm not the president of the United States with the executive
so
power
now, okay,
to
so
crack
then
down
the
on the
First
media.
Amendment only applies to the citizens, but not the president.
I never
of the
said
United
that.
States.
In
Okay,
fact,
so
Donald
then
Trump
he
runs
can
his mouth
say-
more than anyone.
Absolutely, he
Yeah.
does.
And he
He
doesn't
is-
just
he
say
is-
stuff. As I said, he actually does stuff. He actually does crack down. For example, you Fifth Amendment.
Yes.
Due process.
Yes,
Judges have actually said you have violated due process.
Yes, except
of people on trial.
for people kind of forget the Clinton, the 1996 Immigration Reform Act,
Yeah.
where you can get limited due process when you have expedited.
American citizens?
No.
What about American citizens?
Who's getting deported? That's American.
2 American children have been deported, multiple this year. Have you not been?
No. Their parents have been deported, and their parents say,
No,
"I'm
the father
gonna
was
take
American.
my baby."
No.
Was mom legal?
We don't know because they didn't go to court, and the judge.
They
by
don't
the way,
have to go to
by the-
court.
yes.
That's
okay.
not a part of the due process.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm very aware of it.
Are you a lawyer?
Do I have to be? Oh, we're making an argument
you a
now
lawyer?
we're making
It's a simple question.
No.
Are you a lawyer?
Okay, we're making an
I'll
argument.
take that as a no. A Trump-appointed judge in the case.
He's like, now we're gonna get talking about lawyer stuff and we're talking about the law. That's not fair.
That's too much, man!
Okay, we're making an argument.
I'll take that as a no. A Trump-appointed judge in the case, not some Marxist lefty judges you people like to call them. A Trump-appointed conservative judge said you
a good
cannot, it is
argument. I
illegal
don't
and
care.
unconstitutional to expel or deport an American citizen without meaningful process. He said that in April. So that was an act that Trump did. It wasn't
the
speech.
child-
He got rid of an American citizen from the country without process.
So the
That's the
child-
Fifth Amendment violation.
Since I'm not up to date on that specific
I can give you
case,
more.
She
I'm sure
doesn't.
you can.
She doesn't seem to be up to date on a lot of stuff. It would seem. It's weird. Very weird.
So,
well, you weren't aware that American citizens are being deported. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah, the
maybe
charge-
if you
I
read
don't
the
know
fake
reality.
news, you might know.
What?
If you read the fake news, you might know what's going on. A lot of
Oh,
American
how would
citizens
I know what's
have
going
been
on if I
deported.
read fake news? I don't watch CNN or Rachel Maddow.
That's,
Sorry.
That's why you don't know that your fellow citizens have been deported this year.
My fellow citizens.
Are they
no.
not? American citizens haven't been deported?
Okay. When
My
a child-
fellow citizens, right? They're just American citizens. They're my fellow citizens. I hate America. Okay, hold on. We got to go back.
Mehdi. So
Claim number 3. Immigrants overall are good for America.
Good for America. Hi, how are you?
Hello, nice to meet you,
Mehdi.
Daniela. So in regards to your claim, I just want to start by asking this. Do you care more about helping Americans or immigrants in this claim?
Immigrants are Americans. I'm an immigrant and an American.
Well, immigrants are not Americans. Americans are the people that were born here.
That's not true. Where'd
Are
you
you
get?
talking
What's the
about
basis of
people-
your claim for
Are
that?
you talking about people that get naturalized in the process of becoming
Yes.
American?
14th Amendment. Have you read it?
Okay, yes, I have.
Citizenship clause. It
so
says any persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United
I'm-
States.
I'm aware of that.
There's
I'm
about
a-
40 to 50 million naturalized
I'm
Americans
aware
in
of
this
that.
country.
Yes, but
You
wouldn't
didn't seem aware of it because you said Americans versus immigrants.
Yeah.
So, but are you understanding?
No, I don't think anybody's understanding what you're trying to say right now. It doesn't seem like you have a real grasp on it either.
Process of getting all these immigrants that come in here we've been also the millions of immigrants. It's up to the millions. It's the last 20 years.
I think I know what she's saying. Are we understanding the process the immigrants are coming? Because Obama and Biden and Hillary Clinton, they loaded up a bunch of buses and then they bussed all the immigrants in. I think that's what she's about to say.
Now, and it has dramatically affected Americans here in the country, which
Positively, I would argue.
people like me and everyone around here, we cannot find homes or even get jobs within our own fields that we go to college for, that we get into debt for. And because more blue collar work, especially in
Where's that
construction,
accent from?
Agriculture and so forth, and
Is it just me, or does it sound like she has an Eastern European accent? Am I losing my mind? I'm sorry. I gotta wait. Listen.
more blue collar work, especially in construction, agriculture and so forth.
She sounds like she has an Eastern European accent. Or were you born here? What's up with that accent?
The hospitality industry, we cannot get jobs in those fields, so it requires
Are you looking for a
us-
job in construction
I am
or
not,
agriculture?
no. I went
Just
to
checking.
college.
Okay.
Many people here are in college or went to college, but we can't even find jobs in our fields, also because of the H-1B visa program as well. But in regards to just your claim about immigrants specifically, we cannot even get jobs to pay for housing.
Unemployment is at a record low right now, even under Donald Trump. And I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I would say unemployment under both Biden and Trump has been at record low levels.
Okay, is this in regards for American citizens?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm unaware of that statistic, but from what I
just find it strange that this woman who seems to have been born in a different country is here arguing that people who weren't born in America are somehow less American. But she hasn't brought up the fact that she, according to her own logic, is not American. It's very confusing. Is anybody else as confused as I am?
from what I
I'm an
consistently
immigrant
hear-
and an American, and I employ
Sure.
many
And
American
my-
citizens,
and-
both naturalized and the ones born here.
And
I employ
my
Americans.
parents. No, my parents came
Americans as defined by you.
My parents came as immigrants to become naturalized, so I'm not necessarily opposed
Oh, wow.
to immigrants.
So you're the child of immigrants.
Correct. I'm a child of immigrants. I was
But
born
you don't
here.
accept that immigrants are Americans.
Not at this moment,
So your
because-
parents are not
So
American.
her parents are not exactly Mehdi. So her parents not American. I wonder if her parents mean to her as a child. I wonder. What's this about?
Immigrants.
Correct.
Sweet dig
I'm a child
down
of
to
immigrants.
it.
I was
I-
born
But you don't
here.
accept that immigrants are
My dad-
Americans.
Not at this moment.
So your
because-
parents are not American.
Not at this moment.
So hold
no,
on, your parents
they're
are American.
citizens.
Hang
They
out with
became
my
naturalized.
boyfriends.
You just said you can't be citizens by being naturalized.
No, I was born here, and I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
you're born
to
here,
naturalization.
right?
I
But
never
are your
said that I'm
parents-
against
Are
naturalization.
you against naturalization?
No, I never said I was against
You did.
naturalization.
You began. You're very. Everyone was here. They can
Pretty much.
play it back on
Yeah,
YouTube. You said
I love how nobody noticed this until now. Now that Mehdi's pointing it out, they're like, "Oh my God, she is a hypocrite." Wow. Fascism in action, folks.
Americans or immigrants? Are your parents Americans or immigrants?
No, my parents are United States citizens.
But they're immigrants, you said.
No, they came here as immigrants. However, but
So they
I want
are
to make the
immigrants.
claim
You
that
sta-
we cannot
I came
even,
here as an immigrant. I'm
but
an immigrant.
at this point, when they came, the
People
United
aren't
States
happy with the way this is going through.
the United States economy was not at.
It's better now. The American economy is better than it's been
Not
for
from
many
the-
years.
not from the
And I can say
statistics
that
I
as someone who
see.
doesn't like Donald Trump.
We're
Which
giving
statistics are you
millions
seeing?
and billions of dollars
Which
to
statistics
people
are you
of,
seeing?
minorities as well as
The reason the
immigrants
economy is doing badly now is
that
because
we
Donald
can't-
Trump's
that we're giving
tariff
it to
policy.
loans. We cannot
Nothing
even
to do
get
with
businesses.
migrants. In fact, the
We can't
congressional.
even start businesses.
I'm an immigrant. I started a business. In
No,
fact,
I
in
understand
fact,
because the SBA
immigrants
is
are-
giving people
immigrants-
billions
I didn't
of
take any
loans.
loans
They're giving
from
them
SBA.
billions.
I didn't take any loans
I'm not
from
saying you
SBA.
did, but I'm
Okay,
saying
well, I'm
that
saying I did.
statistically speaking, they're giving billions of
So
loans
should we
to
do
these people.
statistics? According to statistics, immigrants are 80% more likely to be entrepreneurs than native-born Americans.
Sure,
They're more
absolutely.
likely to start
No, I'm
businesses
aware of
and
that.
hire.
SAN fact check again. Mehdi's really got his facts. Because these fact checks seem to just reiterate everything that Mehdi says. Like word for word, almost. An MIT study found that immigrants are 80% more likely to start a business compared to U.S.-born citizens. Whoa, hey there. What the hell? Hold on. I'm sorry, chat. I don't know how I did that. Let me solve it. Don't worry, I got this.
I made a huge tiny mistake.
Everything is fine.
Americans.
No, I'm aware
right?
of that.
Immigrants
but
are
we
more
also-
likely to pay in taxes than
Yeah.
take out in benefits.
And
They're more likely to add to innovation and jobs and wages. This is what the statistics show. The Congressional
yeah, I
Budget Office.
understand how
Let
you
me just finish my
understand
point and let you come back in.
I
The Congressional
don't
Budget
like
Office, which is
them.
bipartisan, Republicans and Democrats both use it. They have said that the immigration surge that you mentioned will lead to an extra $9 trillion of GDP over the next 10 years. That amounts to $65,000 per American household. That's $65,000 for each and every one of you holding up a red flag.
Okay, I understand
All right,
that, but
pause. You've been voted out by the
Voted
majority.
out.
Please return to your
Nice
seat.
meeting.
nice to meet you. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Mehdi.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you. All right, so first, before I start, I need to know what you mean by good. I can talk about the
I
economy.
need
can talk
to.
about
Can we define the word good, please? Oh boy, this is a bad start. This is a bad start. I mean, this is the Jordan Peterson. This was remember that Jordan Peterson debate where Jordan just wanted people to define words over and over again. This guy comes in here, he's like, look, man, you're saying a lot of words over here. I need to understand the word good.
Precision of language, please.
What does that word mean exactly? You hear that one more time.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you. All right, so first, before I start, I need to know what you mean by good. I can talk about the economy. I can talk about all those things. I need
All
to
of
know
them.
what you mean.
All of them.
All of them.
I'm saying immigrants are good for the economy. They're good for
You think lower
culture.
wages are
they're
good for the economy?
society. Where's the lower wages?
What do you mean, where's the lower wages?
Where are the lower wages?
Yeah, so you can
What's
look
the
at
basis for saying there are lower wages?
Sure, so you can look at like the STEM industry. It's been in like a complete and total recession. There's been tons of studies like from the Economic Policy Institute that shows that like companies like Tesla, companies from like Silicon Valley,
Some of the slump that he's talking about in the tech sector has to do with the fact that the tech sector has been attempting to replace employees with AI. Does he not know that?
Policy Institute that shows that like companies like Tesla, companies from like Silicon Valley, they engaged in mass firing of workers, around 35,000, but then they hired around 12,000 H-1B visas, and it's kind of just standard economic thinking.
It's not standard economic thinking. The vast majority of economists and economic studies suggest that there is a negligible, if no impact on wages over time from immigrants. In fact, your colleague mentioned earlier, construction. There is actually evidence in construction, yes, but in some industries, in some areas, there is an impact. But overall, no. In fact, a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that migrants since 1965 have raised wages and raised innovation.
Who's that by?
National Bureau for Economic Research.
No, hold on. That's where you publish studies. I'm asking
yes,
for
I
the
didn't
author.
memorize the names of the authors.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Can
Right?
you give me the authors you've got?
Yeah, hold on. The study you're talking about is from Giovanni Perry, and what he did is he didn't account for aggregation issues, nor did he.
The vast majority of studies.
Let me speak,
please.
Yeah, thank you. Right.
Oh my God.
So listen, he didn't.
Let me speak.
Help! I'm being
Let
repressed!
me speak. I'm talking right now.
issues, nor did
The
he.
vast majority of studies.
Let me speak,
please.
Yeah, thank you. Right. So listen, he didn't account for aggregation issues, right? And when you look at like the spatial approach, which is what all these economists use, you're not accounting for the fact that when immigrants come into an area, natives leave. If you look at an occupational approach, where you look at the specific firms that immigration is going into, like Kim ETAL 2013 did. You find a net negative impact when there's a 10% increase of immigration. You find around a 0.5% decline in wages when it comes to the specific occupations they're going to.
So
all your studies are flawed.
So 0.5%. Weigh that up against what I just mentioned from the Congressional Budget Office, which is a massive boost in GDP per head, which you're not counting for, massive increase in tax revenue, immigrants actually funding the deficits and debts by paying way more in taxes proportionately, including undocumented immigrants. And what's interesting about wages is, I'm in a room full of, I don't know what to call you anymore, conservatives, Republicans, fascists, I don't know. One of you has proudly said that.
Call us correct.
One of us proudly, correct. I'm in a room full of correct people, but do any of you actually care about wages? Because, for example,
I actually do,
For example, do you support raising the minimum wage?
Absolutely, and you can't do that when you're bringing all these people coming into
That's
our
not
country.
the reason the
Yes,
Republican
it
Party
is.
blocks the minimum wage. You think Republican politicians don't vote for an increase in minimum wage because they're worried about immigration.
Did I say I voted Republican? Did I say I voted Republican?
Well, I'm on a show that was called 25 far-right Republicans.
That doesn't mean I'm going to support every single Republican candidate.
So you and I, So you and I, let's agree. We both support raising the minimum wage. Yes,
100%.
$7.25 since 2009. It's lost 30% of its value. If you care about wage,
I love how Mehdi is just honed in over here. His debate style is honestly epic. Like he actually knows how to debate. I'm fairly I'm not sure. I don't know everything about Mehdi, but he did go to like a private school as a child. I think, if I recall correctly, may have in fact have some background in these sorts of things. But I mean, he is crushing it. He's got every fact check that gets put over here. It agrees with that Mehdi. Whenever they get off topic, he's like, let's get back to the topic and get you to answer that question I'm asking you right now. And just really just laser focused. He's just annihilating this kid, making these kids like agree with him. He's like, oh, so you do agree with me. Let's talk about that thing that we agree about. Mehdi wrote a book on debating. Is that true?
we should be raising the minimum wage in this country, not scapegoating migrants who aren't the cause of low wages in the country. You know who's causing low wages? Billionaires, millionaires, and people who won't pay fair wages to their wages, regardless of whether you are an immigrant or a native.
I get the monologue, right? Now let me respond.
You had one. You had one with your one study that had a 0.5% impact. Go.
Yeah, and your study sucked that you didn't even know who wrote it, right? So let's get back to the point, right?
Because I don't need
and
to know
there it
one
goes
study.
again.
The majority of studies say that wages are not impacted by
migration. The majority of your
over
studies
time.
are flawed. That's what I'm telling you.
My studies,
neither
are the economists. It's the economists.
Don't assume who I am.
Look at my hat.
I could be.
You don't look at my hat. You don't assume who I am, dude. That's not cool. That's not cool, man. Look at my respect me with my pink polo and my hat. My hat makes me look very smart. I know things.
But are you?
You think I don't know things? I know things.
That wages are not impacted by
the majority of your
migration over
studies
time.
are flawed. That's what I'm telling you.
My studies.
Yeah,
right?
very dumb.
Economists.
Very dumb
It's the
studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you
Don't
an
do that.
economist?
I could be.
But
right?
are you?
I could be.
I could be.
I could be.
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I'm an economist while we talk about economics. Nice. That's a W for Pink Polo Boy here. Look, I'm not going to tell you if I'm an economist.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
I could be.
I could
what
be.
do you know?
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm going to major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct.
Just don't assume.
To use your
things.
favorite word.
See here, dude, this is nothing of substance. You look at the red flags; they're coming up. Let me get to
That's
the point.
great, but
so
you're
when
not
you
an
talk about
economist.
when you talk about the CBO, one thing you're not accounting for here is that they're assuming an equilibrium, right? Do you know what that means? You shouldn't make these type of assumptions. You said earlier that unemployment.
Do I
was
know
like
what it means? I thought we're not doing assumptions.
Okay, hold on. You mentioned we were like at 4.2% unemployment. Yeah, that's counting people who have part-time jobs. That's counting
That's how
poverty
it's
wages.
always been counted.
Yeah,
I'm against poverty wages.
You
Can we
won't let
agree
me
again?
Yes. If you go to like the Logood Institute, they calculated a way where it's like functional unemployment. Okay. If you account for
This dude is shaking. I don't know if it's because he's nervous or if he's losing his freaking mind right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
He is shaking.
if you go to like the Logood Institute,
Dude, blood pressure, man. You need some help. You need to take a deep breath. Settled
they
it on down.
calculate it a way where it's like functional unemployment, okay? If you account for things like just people who make around $25,000 a year, people who have fallen out of the labor market, people who only work part-time, if you count all of those people together and then add on the unemployment, that's around 25% of the population. So when you go, we don't have jobs, we don't have people to do this, and that, and the other. No,
Wow.
yes, we do. Okay, we don't.
25% unemployment rate, according to this guy. Wow, 1 in 4 people, no job.
We have a labor shortage. We have a good job shortage. And when you keep bringing these people in, and they're taking those jobs.
We have a labor shortage, but everybody's unemployed.
Job shortage is the fault of big firms, employers. I'm an employer, I can say
Who hires
that.
the immigrants?
Who hires the immigrants?
Yeah.
Employers.
Exactly. So
But
when you bring up these big firms,
okay, so
that's the
let me
way
ask
they
you,
keep
let me
wages
ask you
down.
a
You
question.
understand that, right?
So let me ask you a question. If you got rid of all immigrants coming in tomorrow, moratorium, you think that Republicans and employers of big firms would suddenly raise all the wages?
You notice
That's
how
what
you
you
didn't
believe.
answer what I said. You
That's
notice
what
how
you believe.
It was a complete
Immediately, if not sooner.
That's what you believe. Is that what you? I'm on the
Your
subject.
ankles okay?
Do you believe that wages? I'm just wondering how naive you are. You believe that the 1% will raise wages in the federal wage
They will
if
be
we
forced
stop
to.
immigration?
They will be forced to.
great
When you
biggest
increase
naivism.
labor's relationship to capital, okay, and you give labor more bargaining power because you're
But
tightening
this
the
is a very
supply of
simplistic
labor.
understanding of economics because you're
Okay,
not,
explain I'm wrong.
I'm telling you how you're wrong.
me hear
Because
it.
you're ignoring the fact that when immigrants come into an area, they spend money. They create jobs through
About
their
about
presence.
1/5 of their monthly income leaves the country.
That's a good thing also because you don't like US aid, foreign aid. So this is the point. They create
I
jobs.
don't
I
assume
came
that.
into this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct. But listen to me. I am an
This
immigrant.
kid is so upset. He is losing it right now. The fact that he took off he had to take the hat off, he was like, oh my God, my brain is about to explode.
To this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct. But listen to me.
This fucking kid. I love that. Look, take the hat off. I'm gonna shake my head. This works. This worked in high school. Let me try this again and see if this works.
I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like. I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Why?
Because you come here and say all this bullshit
Why?
about how American.
Because you're upsetting me in this debate right now, dude. Look, man. I was fine with you for a second, but now you're just bothering me. Okay, you're saying all these things that I have no response to, and I think you should just leave. It would be way easier for me if I didn't have to respond to any of the things you're saying.
Lazy.
Why?
You push your left wing
I never
politics.
said Americans are
I don't know
lazy.
why you say this.
I never said Americans are
yes,
lazy.
you are.
The only person
You're saying
attacking
immigrants
people
have
is
to
you.
come into this country so they can do jobs that we don't want to do.
I
That's
never
exactly
said those
what
words.
you said.
When did I say it?
Oh, really? You
When did
didn't
I say
that?
it? We're
So
on
why don't we-
YouTube. Guys watching on YouTube, rewind to the time where I said immigrants are doing jobs we don't want to do. When did I say those words? Words
You
that
said-
came out of my mouth.
Okay, so why
I
do we
thought
have to
we're
bring?
doing
Why do we have to bring in
assumptions, my
immigrants?
friend.
Why do we have to bring in immigrants to the
Alright,
country if we have
pause,
people who are going to do the jobs?
Pause. You've been voted out.
It's nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
You're gonna have to go, bro.
Nice talking to
You're gonna
you.
have to go, bro. You're gonna have to go, bro. He says as he leaves, you're gonna have to go. Wow, settle down, buddy. You settle it right on down.
Have to go, bro, is what
Don't
you
be
said about
creepy.
us to an American citizen. Good to know where you stand on immigration. It's not about immigration. That's not. Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet
Good
Oh
to
my
see you. How
God,
are you?
Mr. Peanut has entered the chat. Oh my God, here he is. Colonel Sanders Jr. All right, here we go. I'm ready.
Not bad. So, what type of immigrants are we talking
What's
about?
going on here? What is up with these pins that he's got? Hold on. What the fuck
So,
are these pins?
what?
What is this? This is a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. I'm fairly certain I've seen this one before. This is America, Don't Tread on Me flag. What is this? Is this the Mexican flag? I can't tell. There's like some shit around it. I can look at this guy with his lapel pins. The most American I've ever seen. This hat, the hat. I mean, God, where did he steal this from?
What type of immigrants are we talking about?
What do you mean?
Like any
It's
immigrants
Don
or
Quixote.
are
He does look a little bit like Don Quixote. You're right. Where is your donkey?
That's what I said. Immigrants
Are illegal
overall.
immigrants part of it too?
Undocumented immigrants also contribute
Illegal.
greatly to the U.S. I say undocumented. I don't think people are illegal.
So, let's put it this way. I mean, I'm an immigrant too, from
you?
Iran.
Okay.
There isn't even
How
a
do you
U.S.
feel about the fact that people here want you out? Are you okay with that?
I'm here to debate you, not debate them.
I'm here to debate you, not them. unwilling to accept the fact that he's in a room full of people who don't like him based upon his ethnicity, his national origin. My God. Quixotic indeed.
People here want you out. Are you okay with that?
I'm here to debate you, not debate them.
I mean, you're all on the same side. You're part of one group.
No.
You've been clapping each other.
No, I mean, there are conservatives here, there are far-right people here, there are Republicans
But how
here.
do you feel about that guy wanting me and you to leave?
But, you know, let's
I'm just wondering. Wait, this is the topic of immigration.
It's not
how
about
do you feel about the guy?
It's not about my feelings
It's
towards
not-
them.
Okay.
I think this is a fair point that Mehdi is making here, which, you know, sort of, I think it eats this guy up inside. It's got to, you know, like, oh God, he's got no response to it. He sees, I mean, I'm fairly certain this guy sees himself as being, you know, in the same group. But Mehdi, it fairly points out that, you know, once Mehdi is gone, you're next, buddy. They don't care about your political beliefs. You are brown and from the Middle East.
About staying on this topic.
Okay.
And
Immigrants
talk
are good for America, yeah. You and me, we're good for America. And the guy over there wants us to leave. So I'm just wondering how you feel about that.
So I believe that there has to be strict immigration laws.
Okay.
We have to make sure that the people are coming here have the good intent of the United States in mind.
That's not my claim, but okay.
So
my claim is about immigrants are net positive.
If we just open our borders to every single person
No one
that wants
calls
to
for
be
open
here,
borders.
you know, that claims that they have economical hardship in their country.
Who's calling for open borders?
No, I'm just saying, you know.
I mean, it's a straw man, so you're just saying a straw man.
No, I'm saying
You're
that
wasting
if
time with a straw man. No one's calling for open borders. I didn't
mean,
call for open
well,
borders.
you wasted
I said
time.
immigrants who...
You
Sorry?
wasted time trying.
Immediately decimated by Mehdi. Oh, so it's just a straw man. You just made up a fictional scenario. Decided to argue against that rather than the argument that I've presented you. I guess that is easier.
Cause division between me and my friends
Division.
over
He
here.
wants you to leave the country. That's a pretty big deal.
All right.
I mean, you can ignore
Like
it,
I
but that's
said-
your side, my friend.
Like I said,
You
you were
made
the
your
one
bet.
that tried to derail this argument.
Derail?
By bringing that.
It's
Even
literally
though we're
core to my
trying
argument. I'm saying immigrants are good to America. People on
And-
your
and
side
I
are
asked
saying
you, what
we
type
should
of-
leave. Not me,
And
me and
I
you.
asked you, what type of immigrants are we talking about? Are we
Immigrants
talking about
overall.
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 So
I mean, we're not gonna.
So
you
you
want to
believe?
you want me to get into like particular communities? I'm not. I'm
So
not playing.
you
that.
get into
believe
the-
that people that come
That's
here.
basically what he is like suggesting, though. Look, can we talk about which ones are the good ones? Can we get into a discussion around eugenics? Because I got a real problem with, like, you know, that's basically where this guy is heading. He's like, yeah, like that's what I want to do. I don't want to talk about all immigrants because I think that some of those immigrants are not good. Let me name some ethnic groups real quick.
Illegal.
Overall,
any
help the
respect,
society.
without any respect to our laws and our border,
No,
you know, are going to be good for this country.
No, of course not.
So you can't say that all immigrants overall.
I never said all immigrants.
Well,
I said
you
immigrants overall. Immigrants overall doesn't mean all immigrants. Sorry to break that to you.
All right, so we have to make sure that the people are coming here have the good intent of this country in mind. Agreed?
Yes.
All right,
Irrelevant
good.
to my claim.
But when
agreed.
you have undocumented
Relevant,
immigration
but
going on,
agreed.
you can't vet that. You can't make sure about that. Let me real quick, you know, talk about, you know, my background. There is no the American embassy in Iran. So in order to come here, you have to stay in line for 4 years.
Okay.
And you have to go through some serious vetting procedure to get here.
There is a similar process for most immigrants, regardless of embassy. I mean, it does make it harder if you don't have an embassy, sure. But it's, I mean, I like, this guy's like, look, I worked harder than other immigrants. That's basically, it's like, I tried harder. And so I deserve it, they don't deserve it. That's basically what he's saying. It comes from literally, like, this guy's entire worldview is like, does not exceed the borders of him personally. Like, he cannot put himself in the place of other people.
But I made it. And that process has to be in place because, I mean, you don't want terrorists
But I'm
to
hold on.
fill this
I
country.
made it too. I'm an American citizen. I went through lots of vetting. I took my test.
And that's how
But the guy
it
over
should
there
be.
wants us to leave.
But
he wants us to leave.
When people
don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
It's not
Seriously, this guy cannot respond to anything that he is saying. He just has a personal view. He's not here to actually debate whether or not all immigrants. He can't. He can't because this guy is a racist. I don't know who it is that he doesn't like. I'm trying to think. It's not clear to me. But there's definitely some group of people that this guy just genuinely does not want in the United States. I don't want to start guessing. It's a bad road to go down.
About vetting, is it, my
But
friend?
people should not have
You're in
the
denial.
right. People should not have the right to ignore our
No, I don't
borders
want
and our
reality.
laws.
What about those
to
of us who
come
don't
here.
ignore the borders? Should we get to stay?
Of course.
But he says we shouldn't.
Well, I'm not debating him.
You kind of are because you're all together on this.
No, I'm debating you.
Okay. And I'm pointing out to you that your argument is in bad faith because these guys are actually speaking the truth and you're in denial about who's on your side. He wants you gone.
This guy, look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. And that says it all. Pink Polo is like nodding in the background. Exactly. This guy's in denial. I don't want him in my country with that weird ass hat.
Because these guys are actually speaking the truth and you're in denial about who's on your side.
Yep, look at
he
him.
wants you gone.
I never
100%.
claimed
I
that
hate
I'm on
brown
their side
people,
or they're
he
on my
says.
side. I'm here to debate you.
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please
Thank you,
return to your
Mehdi.
seat.
Nice to meet you.
Damn. Colonel Sanders did not last long.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Mehdi.
Edwin.
Nice to meet you.
The question is, immigration is good for America, right?
Overall, if you look at the net positives to things like our society, our culture, our food, our economy, our general diversity, I know the D word is a bad word in places like this. I think immigrants have been a net positive. I think if you look at your everyday lives, we all benefit from immigration.
And what kind of conservatives disagree with that?
The guy, some of the guys who told me to leave this place and go back to, I'm not a citizen.
Flag boy.
Do you
back
think
here.
all conservatives?
He's like, who doesn't agree with that? This guy back here does it. The guy waving the flag vigorously back here does not agree with that.
Some of the guys who told
Look
me to
at him
leave this
go.
place and go back
Look
to,
at him go.
I'm not a citizen.
Do you think all conservatives?
No.
Oh.
No, in fact, Ronald Reagan, who's a president I wasn't a big fan of until Donald Trump came along. Now people like Reagan look good in comparison. Reagan said in 1986, our country is a nation of immigrants. Our immigrant heritage is our strength. He gave an amnesty to 3 million undocumented migrants. He understood the value of immigration. So I'm with Reagan.
Yeah,
Although
I'm
this
with
guy's
Reagan.
putting his thumb down there. So
I'm with
Reagan's not
Reagan,
popular in right-wing crowds these days.
Yeah. Well, he's popular with me.
Good to hear.
I'm a deferred action of childhood arrivals. I was an illegal immigrant myself. I came here when I was 10. I'm what you would call a legal alien.
Oh my God. What did this kid just say? The second he says that I was actually an illegal immigrant, Pink Polo looks over
myself.
and says something.
I came here when I was 10.
Should probably deport him or something. I have no idea what this kid is saying, but it's probably heinous.
I'm what you would call a legal alien now. I didn't have any say on my parents' choices.
Yes.
Do I think that they were well-meaning by wanting to bring me over for a better future? Absolutely. I believe that.
Yeah.
Did they break the law? Yes. Do I agree with people breaking the law? Not necessarily. Do I think that there's ever a situation where you can break the law for the better or the greater good? Immigration is it's an interesting issue because I do agree with you that
good to hear.
Everyone is
I'll bet this guy in the pink polo is like texting like the ICE hotline right now. He's like, we got a live one over here.
an immigrant in the sense like. Can you tell me a little bit more about your journey?
I've been here 10 years. I'm a proud American citizen. I'm a dual national. I'm British. I'm American. And I am an immigrant who's contributing to this country. So, yes, I'm very much proud of America's immigrant heritage. I'm part of it. And despite what one of the other people said on this show earlier, everyone here, unless you're Native American,
All right,
is a descendant of
pause.
immigrants.
Sorry, you've been voted out.
Voice.
Please return to your seat.
Thank you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Look at this fucking Go, Danny, go. All right, we got to take a break. We've been going 2 hours. And I think this will probably take us another hour, maybe? Damn, is it already 10 o'clock? Jeez, this is taking longer than I was expecting. I've got an entire Sunday Funday stream planned for today. I wasn't even expecting to get this far. Last time we did this, we got stopped in the middle of the stream. All right. Quick break. Just want to remind everybody that we are still trying to do galactic deficit financing over here. We are at 28 of $375 we need to raise before August. Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, all great ways to contribute to that goal. I also want to remind any new Patreon members to ensure that you respond to the questionnaire sent to you on Patreon so that you can get all of your benefits, your avatar, your shout out, all that stuff. Without the knowing what you want to be used for your shout out, I just leave it blank. I wait until people tell me what they want. Same thing goes for the avatar. All right. Quick break. We'll be right back after these brief space messages. Alright, I hope everybody's been enjoying the stream so far. If you haven't already, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon too so you get the latest notifications. While you're at it, do also consider contributing to the Galactic News Network, as we are completely funded by individuals such as yourself. So many great ways, of course, for you to show your support. YouTube, Super Chats, Super Stickers, and memberships, Cash App, and PayPal. For every dollar, go directly to funding the stream rather than funding Google's bottom line. But of course, the best way to get the most space benefits for your Earth dollars is to go onto Patreon and become a Galactic Patron. Just $3 a month will get you access to a bunch of sweet, sweet space benefits unseen by the rest of the goddamn Milky Way galaxy. Stuff like an avatar, which you can have here at the pool, the bar, the lake, or the street. Shoutouts at the end of every stream. Secret content and secret Discord channel inside of the Discord server. Truly a myriad of sweet benefits. And for 10 cents a day. Basically free. Anyway, chat, that's enough for me. Enjoy the break, grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack. And I will be right back. All right. I think everybody knows what that sound means. Of course, it means it's time for us to get back to the stream. Second half of this live react to the Mehdi Hasan debate stream. We are still planning on having a regular Sunday Funday show once we wrap this up. So, be prepared for the Sunday just filled with galactic content. Here we go. Last we left off, this scrawny young man was racing to the table.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Actually a fan. I see you a lot on Piers Morgan.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Mehdi fan.
So,
okay.
My argument is that Americans are what is a nation? A nation is a geographical location full of people who have some things in common. So I think some of the things typically in history are going to be like race, religion, ethnicity.
Not all geographical locations with peoples with things in common could be called a nation. I think that's inaccurate, but okay.
I think some of the things typically in history are going to be like race, religion, ethnicity, language. These are some of the things that we have to have in common in order to actually have a functioning civilization, especially in self-government. I'm not necessarily a giant fan of self-government.
We have to be homogenous. So this kid, we have to have a completely homogenous society where everybody is the same, looks the same, believes the same things. Any sort of disagreement, that's unacceptable.
That's too much.
Any sort of disparity or difference is detrimental to society. That sounds like some real Nazi talk. Good start.
I'm not a fascist.
No,
you have to have at
okay,
least some
that's
things in
good.
common in order to actually have a civilization. And the immigrants, especially illegal immigrants that come into this country now, disrespect us. They hate everything that we believe. They don't even speak our language. I watched after Trump got elected, I watched an interview of an illegal alien woman crying and about getting deported, and the entire interview was in Spanish. That is a spit in the face. It's disrespect. They don't care about us. They abuse our.
They're spat in the face of America by speaking Spanish.
Illegal.
Wow, this guy needs help.
Was in Spanish. That is a spit in the face. It's disrespect. They don't care about us. They abuse our system.
So you've gone from a teleological argument into just a bunch of series of wild, unsubstantiated
I'm asking
claims.
you, what is
I don't accept any of those claims that they hate everything we stand for, and I don't accept. Well, I'm not going to deal with the teleology. I'm going to deal with the false claims that you made. There's no what's your basis for saying that all immigrants or all undocumented immigrants hate everything we stand for? It's funny that you said you're a Catholic nationalist. How did most Catholics get to America? Irish Catholics, Italian Catholics. Immigration. Much of the people coming across the southern border are Catholics.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
So it's really funny that you say
they're not Catholic. They're not the right kind of Catholics, apparently, according to this guy. Look, no, they might say they're Catholics, but have you seen them? They are brown.
Coming across the southern border are Catholics.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
So it's really funny that you say you're a Catholic nationalist, but Catholics came to America via immigration.
Yeah, so there's.
So immigration is good for America. You and I can agree. Otherwise, people of your
European Catholics are fine. White European Catholics, those are the good ones, apparently, according to this guy.
Wouldn't be here.
No. Well, we were here on this side of the world, in this continent, from conquest. We came over here, and
but the big surges of numbers, as you well know, because you're a smart guy, Italian, Irish immigration waves, Catholic immigration waves.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not even claiming.
Against those?
I'm not even
were
claiming.
You against those? If you were alive
I'm
then?
not even claiming that
Because
immigration
a lot of people
is
were
bad.
against those.
I'm not claiming immigration is bad in all cases at all times.
What is your claim?
My claim
sometimes
is that
they're good.
especially now,
sometimes
and especially
they're bad.
for foreign people that have nothing in common with us.
It's funny that you say it's especially
a negative
now.
thing.
I've forgotten your name. My apologies.
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, how many
in every era there has been a Brian who says, "I'm not against immigration, just immigration now."
Okay.
This is what people said about Italians. It's what people said
That's
about Irish
unfortunate,
folks.
sorry.
Said about Russians, Poles, and now we're saying about
why
people
should
coming
I care
across the
about
southern
that?
border. Because you're not being, you're
Why
being a
are-
little disingenuous saying,
Okay.
"I'm only against immigrants now." This is a
Exactly.
I don't want reality.
And he just dismembers these guys.
Disingenuous.
This is because it's a trope that's been used by nativists throughout American history.
No.
And every wave of immigrants has come in and faced the same hate and animus and bigotry and lazy tropes. And every wave of immigration is ultimately
Well, I think-
assimilated, integrated, benefited the
let me
country. In
make
fact,
a-
assimilation right now, according to Jacob Victor from the University of Washington, assimilation rates based on language and citizenship and naturalization are higher now than 100 years ago.
Okay, let me make a statement first. I think that you, in
You
your own
ignored my statement, but okay.
you and your own person are a complete perfect example of why immigration is negative and why we shouldn't allow people
Wow.
who
Why?
don't have any
Mehdi Hasan, the epitome of bad immigrant. Huh?
A what now?
What did Mehdi do?
of why immigration is negative and why we shouldn't allow people
Wow.
who
Why?
don't have anything in
Why?
common with us. You're pro-abortion, you're pro-euthanasia, you're pro.
I'm
you're
pro-euthanasia.
Yeah, you went. Yeah, I've seen your stuff. You've defended euthanasia.
I've never seen Mehdi talk about euthanasia before.
Euthanasia?
Yeah, on Piers Morgan.
No, I've never discussed euthanasia
well,
with Piers Morgan in my life.
Okay, so
Must have been another brown guy.
is that you don't agree
Actually,
with
I'm
the
the guy
founders
here.
of this country.
If anyone watching at home, I'm the only guy here who actually supports American values, democracy, free speech, the Constitution. I've
Yeah.
got folks here telling me they don't believe in democracy, that they're nationalists.
Wait, why should we care about that? By the way,
Isn't that what America stands for? What does America
No,
stand
no,
for?
why-
So
why-
you hate what America stands for, not
No,
me.
I'm not even
And in
saying-
fact, all the studies show that immigrants actually are more patriotic
So the only reason,
than
the only,
native-born
re- the, only,
Americans.
the only reason why, yeah, that's the Mexicans in LA right now burning it down, waving Mexican flags.
LA's being burned
please,
down?
Please don't send us back to the.
How many times have we heard this in like recent months? LA is burned down to the ground. LA's gone. They burned it down. No more LA. Like literally nothing happened to LA. More bad things happened to the people protesting than to the city of LA or any property in LA. One surveillance vehicle got burned down. Right? Like what's it called? Waymo, not Waymo. What's it called? What are the autonomous taxi cab people? I can't remember. One of those things got burned down though. Just one. And that all of LA gets burned to the ground. These people are like so hysterical. One story turns into literally just like everything is burned down to the ground in LA. That's it. Because they have nothing. They have nothing. They have to take like fringe examples. Meanwhile, we have a litany of evidence that these people are all fucking Nazis. LA became the new Chicago for conservatives. It's true. They did. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what the shift was. But yeah, they seem to love talking about LA now. But back in the day, yeah, they used to talk about Chicago too.
In LA right now, burning it down, waving Mexican flags.
LA's being burned down?
Please don't send us back to the country that we're waving the
I've
flag
been in LA for a few days. I didn't see anything burned down.
Yeah, I know the
Where?
riots have ended. That's because Trump sent.
But if
in
it's
the-
burned
the
down,
North.
Oh, was it three? Someone in the chat is correcting me. It was 3 Waymos. You're right. I take it all back. LA is burning to the ground. 3 Waymos? That's
too much, man.
That's too much, man.
Burned down. I haven't seen
They
it. I've
firebombed
traveled around all of
cars.
LA.
They
You said
firebombed
LA was
Waymos.
burned down. LA
Yeah,
is
it's a
500
figure
square
of
miles.
speech.
It's
Yeah,
not a figure
I'm
of speech, actually.
yeah,
It's
I'm
another
saying
false
that they're
claim of
burning.
yours.
No, they're burning
I support
buildings.
euthanasia. LA's burned to the ground.
Bro, just
Immigrants
listen,
hate what we stand
relax.
for.
Okay, so
I'm super
so
relaxed.
you're pro-abortion.
But you're just saying one
Where's
false thing after
no,
another.
So you're pro-abortion,
And I'm
right?
standing by my position. Immigrants are good for
You're
it.
pro-abortion. You're an immigrant.
I'm
Where's
pro
the-
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah,
Personally, I'm not pro-abortion.
Yeah.
Is his claim that all immigrants are pro-abortion? There's a lot of these Catholic immigrants that Mehdi was talking about are very much anti-abortion. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's just made up. It's just a constant straw man from these people. They just keep making things up. They're like, look, all immigrants like yourself, Mehdi, are pro-abortion. It's like, that's not true. That's not even close to true. Jesus Christ.
Roe v. Wade.
You got
is-
flagged, bro. Come on, buddy. You got flagged. Get out of there. Oh, look at that look of shame.
Oh.
Sorry, man. You're out.
You've been voted out.
I was going to
Get
say
out
nice
of
to meet
here.
you, Brian, but I guess not. You made it.
Great to
Nice
see
to meet
you.
you, Mehdi.
My name is Cyrus.
Nice to meet you, Cyrus.
I am also son of two.
What was that, Cyrus?
Don't be creepy.
What the fuck was that, Cyrus? Why did you shake him with two different hands? What? First it's the left hand he shakes, and then he's like, maybe I should use the right hand, like a normal human being.
Great to
Nice
see
to
you.
meet you. Great to see
My
you.
name is Cyrus.
It's good. He's prepared. He's prepared for the debate. Look, he's fine. He's ready. He's ready to go. You don't see that? He's ready to go. And Cyrus is he's prepared for this moment. He's been preparing for this moment. Omega Star with a sweet, sweet super chat. R.I.P. Waymos. They died patriotically in the line of duty. All right, Cyrus, you got this. It's a good start. It's a good start. The double handshake.
Nice to meet you,
I
Cyrus.
am also son of two immigrants. Came in legally. I'm also Persian descent.
Fantastic.
Born in L.A.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Terangelis.
So
Yes,
he's
yes.
PBD.
Well, I am
how much money do you
mainly
want?
upset, not at the immigrants,
We should start.
legal or not. I'm mainly upset.
We should start a what's it called? What is that thing called? What is the crypto betting people? I can't think of it right now. I don't watch any TYT, but I know that they are funded by the company. What is it? Somebody in chat knows. We need to make a one of those bets on whether or not this guy is a avid PBD watcher. With like sub bets, like on how much valuetainment gear he has. You know, he's probably got at least the mug, right? And they've got so much stuff. I think they have like phone cases, got like stickers, Polymarket. Yes, Polymarket bet on whether or not this guy is a PBD watcher.
Persian descent.
Fantastic.
Born in L.A.
I already feel valuetained.
Are you not entertained?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Terangelis.
Yes, yes. Well, I am mainly upset, not at the immigrants, legal or not. I'm mainly upset at Wall Street. I'm mainly upset at the
thank God.
elites, the special interests.
I'm with you.
Nice. Okay, so he agrees with Mehdi. He rushed to the table to agree with Mehdi. He's like, actually, yeah, immigrants are great.
They are the main reason why we've been having this issue since 1965. And most want to do well. There are a few bad apples, we can agree.
Okay.
But we want to go after the elites. They are the main cause of the problem.
Love it.
And just like
I'm with you.
healthcare, trade,
I'm with you.
everything.
Did you
it's
know,
the-
Cyrus, that the top 1% dodge $163 billion in taxes every year, while undocumented people pay $100 billion in tax? So
Well,
I know where my anger is against.
There are issues with our tax system on the rich, but in a state like California, some taxes are too high. I used to live here,
It's a
now I
different
live
debate.
in Las Vegas.
Different debate.
Okay.
I'm saying
but
immigration is good for
it depends
America.
on the
People like
taxes.
you and me overall are good for America, is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
but it depends on how it's done.
Yes.
But it depends how it's done. I like how he tries to say this with like some sort of authoritative tone. Dude, you left the conversation minutes ago. We're here to talk about immigration. He's like, look, I actually think immigrants are great. Can we talk about the tax code? It's like, dude, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Mehdi looks bored already. He's like, why am I here? What is happening right now? Why? I thought weren't we going to talk immigration? Poor Mehdi. Doesn't get to talk about immigration. Instead, he's got to listen to people babble on about the tax code in California.
And how it's
And
done.
how it's been done
so
to the US has
I'm
been-
not blaming the housing crisis on immigrants,
No, and you'd be
not
wrong
on
too.
wages,
And you'd be
but
wrong too.
in a state like
A state like California.
In the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay?
California that doesn't build enough homes
Yep.
and they're bringing immigrants in, you have to increase supply of housing.
agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Did I miss a fact check? People are saying fact check. Did I miss a fact check? Where was the fact check? I didn't see a fact check. Oh, there was a fact check right there. Fact check. 2021 Treasury Department report stated the top 1% of earners dodged nearly $163 billion in tax payments every year. A separate report found undocumented immigrants paid $96 billion into federal, state, and local taxes. Once again, the fact check just reiterating everything that Mehdi Hasan says. It's kind of hilarious. Kind of hilarious, if you ask me. There hasn't been a single fact check that has come up and been like, actually, Mehdi's wrong. No, every fact check just sort of says the same exact words that Mehdi says. It's like, actually, Mehdi's right in every possible way.
Every year, while undocumented people pay $100 billion in tax. So
Well,
I know where my anger is against.
There are issues with our tax system on the rich, but in a state like California, some taxes are too high. I used to live here,
It's a
now I
different
live
debate.
in Las Vegas.
Different debate.
Okay.
I'm saying
but
immigration is good for
it depends
America.
on the
People
taxes.
like you and me overall
How
are
much
good for America
taxes
as
did
well.
Okay,
people
but
pay?
it depends on how it's done.
Yes.
It depends on how it's
And
done.
how it's been done to
so
the US as
I'm
well.
not blaming the housing crisis on immigrants,
No, and you'd be
not
wrong
on
too.
wages,
And you'd be
but
wrong
in a state like California that doesn't build enough homes
Yep.
and they're bringing immigrants in,
Oh,
you
there
have
we
to
go.
increase supply of housing.
agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But this is where our anger is at the
Wait. So he's like, he took the longest road to get to this place. He's like, look, I love immigrants. Immigrants are great. I'm from immigrants. There's a lot of great immigrants, but right now, economically speaking, immigrants are terrible and they are making everybody angry, and we are right to be angry.
political class.
I agree.
The Democrat Party used to have a different stance on immigration 15 years ago. Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not here to defend different Democrats. What I will say
Okay,
is
well,
that,
that's our anger,
What I will
Max.
say is that everyone here actually does think immigration is good for America. Everyone here uses an iPhone designed by an immigrant, is on Gmail
Fair
designed
point.
by an immigrant, is
But-
is on a YouTube show.
But
you
this
guys
is-
all came to a YouTube show
Yeah.
founded by an immigrant. You wouldn't
Fair
be
point,
here
but that's
if it
a
wasn't for
tiny
an immigrant.
minority,
So
though.
you all love immigrants, whether you
Mhm.
like it or not.
Okay, but it is a taboo subject. Should we be concerned about the demographics? So,
no.
Anglo-Saxon, European American, 0% of America, it doesn't matter.
Are they 0% of America?
Well, let's say if it becomes 0%, it should not work.
They're not going to. Why are you bringing weird
Are they
hypotheticals?
zero?
But there
0%?
has to, but I mean,
They're definitely not 0%.
they're still part of our country. There's culture. There's,
Yeah.
I mean, even Britain. Like,
I mean,
it
America's gone
concerns
through
me,
Even Brit-
but
demographic
it
waves,
concerns me when Britain is changing,
Britain
and
is-
it's it's like
Britain's
they're
been
losing their
changing for
culture,
years.
but it's
Who said
losing
they're
their
losing
culture.
Who
Are
says
they?
so?
Are they going to try to?
I'm
what
from
are
the
they
UK.
gonna-
I'm telling you, no one's losing their culture. in the UK.
London is going to be very little British in
Who
one
says
day.
so?
What's the plan?
In one day. Tomorrow, there will be no more Anglo-Saxon Brits. They're all gone, according to this man, in 24 hours. In fact, this was pre-taped. Somebody better check on Britain. I think they might. I think there might not be any more white Anglo-Saxon Brits left. All of a sudden, they're all gone. Somebody check in with one of our British viewers. We must know. My God, 24 hours, all gone.
We want to know what's the
You
plan.
just made that up. Have you been
No. What, Mehdi? He just made that up. No, what? You mean Mehdi? You think that there's tomorrow morning there's not going to be any? Or in fact, right now there's no more white Anglo-Saxon Britons left. That's ridiculous, Mehdi. How could you be skeptical about that? This man has, I'm sure he has a lot of evidence for this claim.
Come on!
No.
So then maybe you shouldn't comment on places you don't know anything about.
But what's the plan?
I grew up in London.
What's
London's
the
a very
general
British
plan?
city. I was in London a few weeks ago.
Okay.
It's a very British
I
city.
hope not. I understand that there are people in this audience that don't like me or you in this
Yeah, they
country,
want
and
us to
I
leave.
respect that. There's some that don't even want me to date a blonde woman. They want to keep to their own, or ginger or whatever.
Don't be creepy.
I respect that, but there has to be a deal made. There's Idaho, there's Montana. They can go live in a homogeneous society. I don't believe in force, okay? And I believe that there has to be a deal made. And I think there's upsides and downsides to diversity.
There's a deal made. People.
I love that the guy who started this conversation off saying, I am Persian, is defending white Anglo-Saxons and Britons with such ferocity. I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction, but here we are.
That there has to be a deal made, and I think there's upsides and
Grand
downsides
bargain,
to
if you
diversity.
There's a deal made. People have elections. They vote for elections. And right now, there's Donald Trump in the White House. Not someone I support, but people voted for him.
Well, why did he get in? Mainly because we had
That's a big subject.
2016,
Not sure we have time to get into that.
2016,
There's a lot
Bernie
of reasons he got
Sanders.
in.
Okay.
Part of the reason he got in is that people in this room want people like me and you to leave, and they voted for him to try and make that happen.
I'm not surprised. One of the Charlottesville marchers doesn't like me, and I've met those people, and I respect their views.
You really should have.
I'm fairly certain a lot of these people identify with the Charlottesville crowd.
Well,
Don't
they're
res-
wants.
Don't respect racists and fascists, is my advice to you.
Well, they have their preferences. You know, that's just, we can't change that.
They have their
Actually, we can. That's why I tried
They
to
have
convince
their
them.
preferences. Look, otherwise known as, look, they are racist, but that's fine. Let them be as racist as they want to be. All right? I'm going to continue to agree with them, even if they literally hate me and are saying rude things about me. Okay?
How rude.
This guy and Mr. Peanut making very similar arguments. Look, I know that everybody doesn't like us, but we're aligned for some reason.
That's time. Please.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to move this forward. We got to end this at some point. We have got to end this at some point. Because we got an entire stream I want to do. I'm trying to end this by at least 11. Thankfully, I've already made up the link for the next stream. So, really easy for everybody to get to that stream. And I won't have to do a bunch of work in between now and the next stream. I can just start it immediately, almost. Okay. Claim number 4. Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing.
Illegal.
Oh, good. There's no way this goes off the rails. There's no way that this becomes problematic at all. Okay, I'm ready.
I don't want reality.
Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing. Hey, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You too. So why do you say this is
Oh, God,
Donald
not
Trump's
this
plan?
one.
Why do you think that?
Not this one. There's no way Mehdi hasn't seen the clip of her saying, I like white nationalism. Or what was it exactly she said? I think white Christian nationalism is good. There's something like that. She looks like she's feeling extra unhinged today. I'm not sure what it is about her facial expression right now. Here we go. Everybody prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for some full-on Nazi shit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
You too.
so nice to meet.
Why do you say
So
this
good.
is Donald Trump's plan? Why do you think that?
I mean, he says it's his plan. Have you seen his plan?
When
Have you
did
heard
he
his plan?
say it?
Why
He
do
said
you
it
say-
standing next to Ben.
I think that she waited till the very end expecting something to interest her more, and then she's like, oh, fuck it, I'll just go and do this. And she doesn't seem to know anything about this, does she? She enters and she's like, when did he say that? Like, dude, are you... What? You're the one who just approached the table. You should know. You should know at least the basics of this.
I mean, he says it's his plan. Have you seen his plan?
When
Have you
did
heard
he
his plan?
say it?
He said it standing next to Benjamin Netanyahu in January, February. He said it on Fox News in an interview on Fox. He said it on Air Force One when he was chatting to reporters.
Word for word, what's an example of what he said?
Word for word, he said, for example, we're going to clean out the Gaza Strip. He said they're going to leave. We're going to take control of it. He says, we'll own it. I would own it. He says, I'm not sure under international law how he can own a foreign piece of land. And when he was asked on Fox News, the people, the Palestinians who are being forced to leave, would they be able to come back? He said, No, they wouldn't. That is the literal definition of ethnic cleansing, according to a UN definition of ethnic cleansing.
Why do you think that Trump is saying this? Do you think that he has some personal interest in cleansing Gaza, or do you think there might be some special interest group or perhaps religious or ethnic?
Oh, we got to get down to his motivations for doing it. Her concern isn't that he's into the ethnic cleansing. It's who's behind it. Donald Trump would never suggest this of his own volition.
Interest in cleansing Gaza, or do you think there might be some special interest group or perhaps religious or ethnic group that's, that maybe he received money from them and that's the whole reason why he wants to cleanse Gaza? Or why do you think that is?
I don't do Donald Trump's motivations. I really don't care. My claim is that what he's doing is ethnic cleansing.
Well,
do you agree with that?
I would actually, probably agree, but I'm just...
You agree that it's ethnic cleansing? You agree with doing ethnic cleansing?
No, I don't agree with it, but I agree that's probably his plan. But I'm trying to figure out, why do you think that is? Because Donald Trump's a white man. He identifies as Christian. I'm not sure if...
Wait, so why would Donald Trump do this? Because he's a white man. And white men don't care. Okay, that's where she's going with this. Look, Donald Trump's ethnic identity. It just doesn't make any sense that he would care about this. Okay.
Really is.
Why does everything for this woman stem from that place? It's like everything about her worldview comes from whiteness and from people's ethnicity. That's the only way to relate to the outside world in this sort of tribalist mentality.
Does he have in preserving a Jewish ethno-state? Why would he have that?
It's a good question. You'd have to ask Donald Trump that question. I've got multiple views. I'm sure you have many views. I'm not sure I like where you're going with your views, but I think Donald Trump is definitely someone who's got financial interests in ethnic cleansing. He's got political interests. He loves the evangelical voters he gets. A lot of Christian evangelicals like to support Israel because they think Jesus will come back if all the Jews are gathered in one place with no Palestinians. I think he's going to make money, he thinks, from beachfront property with Jared Kushner. He said something similar in the past.
You think that's the real reason?
I think there's multiple reasons, yeah. I think financial, geopolitical, ideological, evangelical. I don't care. My claim is that what he's doing is ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is a war crime according to the Fourth Geneva Convention.
Yeah, I agree.
It's against international law under the Rome Statute. So we shouldn't be part of that. The United States should not be supporting Donald Trump's plan for ethnic cleansing.
I agree.
Good.
What do you think? What do you think should be done instead with the Israel-Gaza situation? I'm not sure what your stance is on that.
I would like to see a ceasefire in Gaza.
Ceasefire, two-state solution.
I knew that's what Mehdi was going to say. I just knew it was coming. We would like to see a ceasefire. I love how this is some sort of radical idea in her mind. She hasn't even entertained the thought. A what? What's that?
Really get into debates about what solutions. I would like to see an end to the killing. I would like to see Gazans have freedom. I would like to see the Palestinians in Gaza somehow get their land back. 80% of Gaza right now is under Israeli military control or displacement. I would like to see freedom for the Palestinian people. I'm an American. To go back to the core of this show, I support American values. One person, one vote. Free speech.
It really is a religious and ethnic battle.
It is not a religious battle.
Well, yes.
No, it's not.
That is what it's obviously between Jews and Muslims. Both want control of the Holy Land.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What else? What other?
Actually, the founders of Israel were secular. They were not religious, actually. And I think some religious Jews, like Bezalel Smotrich, who the Israeli government is...
Uh-oh, another fact check. Maybe this one will contravene what Mehdi's saying. Oh, no, it's just the exact words that he said. There were secular founders of Israel, and the founder of the Zionist movement was atheist. Ah, oh, damn it, fact check. Why do you keep doing this? I'm sure I'm sure the right-wing extremists will get a fact right at some point soon. Hasn't happened yet. It's only been it's been an hour and 11 minutes. But they got time. They got like 30 minutes left. One's in chat if you think that, I'm going to start a poll. Will the right-wingers get a fact check right? Poll. We're starting a poll. Here we go. Will a fact check go the way of the fascist? Will the fascists win a single fact check? So far, no.
My point is,
the core of the conflict is over land. It's colonial. It's historic. It is
well,
not
yeah,
about
but
religion.
colonialism is for a reason.
The
like, it's
people
because
who
they
want
wanna
to steal the
build
land
businesses.
want everyone to believe it's
My
religion.
point is, why are we sitting here? Why are we sitting here? It's like a false dichotomy where we have to argue, like, do Jews get Israel? Do Muslims get Israel? Why are like we?
I've never brought up anyone's religion.
How many of us
I didn't
here?
bring up anyone's religion.
How
You
many
did.
of us here are Christians?
I didn't bring up anyone's
trying
religion.
to pick sides between Jews and Muslims taking over Israel. Like, don't you think that?
Oh, as a Christian, she thinks that she should butt out of everybody's business. I love that. I wish she would take that mindset to what happens in the United States. I love that. Okay, there seems to be a pretty concise trend right now in the poll. Out of 28 votes, 86% of people think that they will not get a single fact check. 14% of people think it's possible. It's possible. But yeah, she's like, well, we're Christians, so why should we have any sort of opinion on this? Which is, well, like I said, a sort of mindset I wish that she could apply to the United States where she lives. Maybe butt out of everybody's fucking business.
Are Christians
I didn't bring up anyone's
trying
religion.
to pick sides between Jews and Muslims taking over Israel? Like, don't you think that
Hold on. First of all, I didn't bring up religion. Second of all, you know that a lot of Palestinians are Christian, right?
some of them?
You're just
yeah,
reducing
it's
it to
very
Muslim
small.
versus
Well,
Jew.
it's majority Muslim. Yeah, it's very.
But there
small
are many
percentage.
prominent
I agree.
Palestinian
Yeah,
Christians.
but there's not that many.
So
of
it's
them,
not
yeah.
worth
So
reducing
it
everything
is.
to
Well,
religion.
it is the reason. Why do you think Iran is backing proxies that want to take over Gaza and back the terrorism in Gaza?
What?
It's obviously because they want to Muslim control of the land. You don't think that's why?
No, I don't think it's about religion.
Is it?
I've been following this conflict for decades. It's not about religion. People who say it's about religion, it's a distraction.
Well, it's a big part of it, I think.
I think it's become a big part of it. It's been weaponized by bad faith actors, sure. But I don't think that's
Well,
the core. The core is that one group of people are dominating another group of people.
What group of
it is
people
apartheid.
is it? But what group of people is dominating another group of people?
One ethnic group is dominating
What
another
ethnic group? What ethnic group?
Jewish people,
Yes, dominating.
Arabs.
Yes.
But I didn't say anything about Christian, Muslim, Jew in a religious sense.
Okay,
Jews
well-
defined as religion and ethnicity. You know that, right?
Well, why do you think that Muslims want control of the
I don't-
Holy
you
Land?
keep
Why
saying
do you think
Muslims.
that-
I didn't
why
bring
do you
up
think-
Muslims.
Well, they're Muslim states. Like, what do you think like Iran wants to do with
I
the
didn't bring
Holy
up
Land?
Iran.
But that's part of the conversation. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah, she's the one who brought up Iran, and she I don't understand this conversation. The entire conversation seems to be strange. She's moved on from, like, honestly, I think she's genuinely just accepted Donald Trump's plan is ethnic cleansing, but that we should stay out of it, but also it's fine that Donald Trump is going to use the U.S. military to facilitate that. It's unclear, actually. She's just kind of trying to retcon, sort of reverse engineer something here based upon ethnic and religious lines. She has a very strange worldview. Everything I've ever heard this woman say just confuses me
Is Donald Trump is doing
and
ethnic
or
cleansing, and you.
disturbs me.
yeah, but it's.
So I'm not sure why you're
but
still
it's
here,
part
to
of
be
the,
honest.
It's part of the larger context
It's a weird
of the
debate when you
conversation.
actually agree with me.
What I was trying to say is we kind of have this false dichotomy here where we're trying to take the side of the Gazans, which mostly it's a Muslim majority, or the side
side
of the
with
Jews
human beings who are
to
suffering.
try
I
to
side with
try
human beings who are
to
suffering. You should
decide
try
who
it.
gets control over Israel.
I didn't say anything about control. I said don't ethnically cleanse.
America is a majority Christian country. Shouldn't we
said-
be deciding Christians should have control of the
I
Holy
agree. Donald
Land?
Trump should not, nothing to do with religion. Donald Trump should not be deciding what happens to Gaza. That's my claim. If you agree with me, great. Let's shake hands. Give the seat to someone who disagrees
So are you saying,
with
do
me.
you think that America should just cut ties with Israel altogether?
What's your definition of cut ties?
Like stop funding them,
Yes,
stop being their
yes,
military
yes,
arm?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm on
great.
record saying
Okay.
that. That was an easier debate. Whoa. Welcome back, Richie. You really want to be here?
Wow.
First of all,
Richie needs to settle down. I think Richie's angry. Remember when he said, "Don't make me," he's like, "Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry, Mehdi." What is this?
Easier debate.
This guy. Settle down, pal.
Whoa. Welcome back, Richie. You really want to be here?
Don't be creepy.
First of all, I really thought that obviously where we
really is upset. He can barely get away. He's speaking in sentence fragments. Well, this, you, I, they, people, words.
First of all, I really thought that obviously where we started, where it ended up, there's a lot of aggression. I can see in your eyes there's a level of exhaustion from being here. This is where my empathy comes in. Where it doesn't is, when you have a room full of people that do agree with you, we have this opportunity to come together.
Oh, thank
and
God.
you're kind of mocking people when they do. So you mocked Sarah a little bit when you guys clearly had a common interest and goal to reach. So I can tell
Because
you're agitated.
Sarah deserves mockery. Everything Sarah says is either stupid or dangerous. Sarah's got serious psychological problems. She is an espoused white Christian nationalist. She thinks that that's good. We should live in a theocracy. She's got mental problems.
I want to bring that all down, please.
I'm guessing you're not going to, but let's see.
No, I'm going to. I do want to point out some contradictions. First and foremost, I don't believe you're pro-American in the value system that you claim to uphold, especially with free speech, if you're not willing to debate people that don't share your values. That's very
Do you believe
un-American.
Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing?
I don't believe it's ethnic cleansing, because it's not his plan.
It is his plan. He said it's my plan.
No,
Benjamin Netanyahu called it his plan.
He is obeying someone else's plan.
Okay.
Who
is he obeying?
He is obeying Israel's plan for the Greater Israel Project, of which this is one of those things that we.
All hail Israel. Where's my sound? There it is.
Agree on.
Why is he doing it?
Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they have something on him. Maybe they have something on all
But
Americans.
you think it's a bad thing what he's doing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
no,
bad.
I have to agree
They
with
all
you.
think it's bad.
I don't want to shut
I'm
down
not
the
mocking you, I'm
conversation.
agreeing with you.
Okay, perfect. But I want to take this opportunity.
I'm mocking you. You sound exasperated right now. And if you agree with Mehdi, maybe come with a different tone, pal. Settle down. Stop acting so aggrieved and freaking hypersensitive.
I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity again to say you're not American. First and foremost, you're
Wow.
not.
Remember when I said the agitation?
I'm saying,
Wow.
How rude.
Wow. He's like, dude, you're agitated. And then he's like, dude, you're not an American. To a man who is an American. I mean, it's just, these guys are. It's like, can you settle down, Mehdi? You are not an American. Go fuck yourself, pal.
You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid.
It's not going to be lower.
What I'm saying,
You claim
though-
to lower the temperature
No,
and
I
then
know,
make
but
racist
listen,
remarks.
I'm-
You know
it's-
that's a racist remark.
It's not
Yes, it
racist.
is
You tell an
racist.
American citizen.
But
who
okay,
is,
perfect. You just proved your own point. You just said that was a racist position.
Yes.
Earlier,
Yeah.
you argued this contention that America has no race. It's a bunch of immigrants that culminate together
Never
into
said
one.
America has no race.
You inferred it. You absolutely did. So now you're saying it's racist for me to take an American nationalist approach. You're kind
What
of
is an American national approach? Is that a
Implying,
white approach?
maybe, if that's.
I think it's a white nativist approach. Of course,
So only
absolutely.
Americans are white
Why
people?
did your parents
So
immigrate
Americans
from
are
India?
only white people?
Why did your parents immigrate from India to the UK?
Because the UK colonized and conquered India.
Okay, why did you immigrate to America?
Because many reasons.
Okay, all opportunity. There's
That's not
opportunity.
true. You don't know.
The accent. Your accent is an afflect of white
Affleck?
Anglo-Saxon.
You know there are 50.
His accent is an Affleck? It's an like Ben Affleck? Like Daredevil guy? Is that who we're talking about? How do you like them apples? Goodwill Hunting? Is that what we're talking about here?
Your accent is an afflect of
It's an Affleck.
white Anglo-Saxon.
You know there are 50
It's an Affleck. I've never heard of this word before. Interesting.
Americans in this country are immigrants.
I understand, but
None of them are
missing-
Americans in your view.
What I'm trying to get you to do to reach a common ground here.
We're not going to
is
reach a common ground because you said
Please
I'm
try.
not American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're
I
not.
don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not
I think you're
American.
American.
I don't think you're an
I don't
American.
think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little
Yeah.
racisty.
See, you're using
Exactly.
these words. Okay, first of all, I
Stop
want to say
using
that-
words.
I'm not just throwing them at you.
For
You
every
didn't come and sit
using
down. I said
words.
it.
every conservative
You
that
began
has
the
ever.
show.
Precision of language. Please.
Precision of language, please. Stop saying words to me. This is very rude. All right? You're saying words, and then I don't have any words to say back to those words, and then I look dumb. And it looks like I'm absolutely the things that you're claiming that I am.
Either. I think you're a little fascisty,
Look at it. Look at
little
that.
racisty.
Look at that exasperated sigh that he just puts out. Oh God, Mehdi, you hit me to the core. Oh God, I am a martyr for having to sit here and talk to you about this.
Due to values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty.
See, you're using these words. Okay, first of all, I want to say this.
I'm not just throwing them at you. You didn't come sit down. I said it.
Every conservative that has ever been shut down by leftists like you, for every conservative, for
You're
every
not a conservative. You've already said
for
you're not-
every right
you've
wing,
already said you're not
for
a
every
conservative.
Stefan Molyneux, Thomas Sowell, Nick Fuentes.
This guy's just saying, he's just thinking of every noun that he can think of. For every liberal, for every Marxist, for every conservative, for every man, woman, child, dog, cat, leftist, Stefan Molyneux. He just switches to, he runs out of regular nouns, so he switches to proper nouns. Just, Stefan Molyneux, Joe Rogan, John, the guy who gives me my cigarettes every morning. What's your name again? Like, it's oh my god, this guy is a parody of himself.
You've already said you're not
for
a
every
conservative.
Stefan Molyneux,
Oh,
Thomas
more white,
Sowell,
okay.
Nick Fuentes, all of those people.
Is
that
Thomas
people
Sowell
like,
American?
He's Australian. But that's not the
Do you
point.
know
I'm
what
saying
Nick
people
Fuentes would
that
say
are
to
on
you,
our
buddy?
side
Do
of
you know what Nick Fuentes would say to you? He would say this. He would say,
You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny.
yep.
Like get shut down by people like you because you're leveraging this position of emotion.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. You're
Do
leveraging
you know
the
nobody on
position
quote
of
unquote
emotion.
my side of the aisle is trying to deport you? The only shutting
Actually,
down
yes,
is being
they're
done by
trying to.
you.
They're actually
The only
trying to
shutting down is being
genocide my
done by
entire
you.
race. So what are you talking
Wow.
about? Oh, what
You're
are
a
you
white-
talking about?
You're a white
What are you-
genocide guy?
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know
Are
the
you
fact,
kidding
I'm amazed
me?
that Jubilee find some of you guys. How did they find you?
Do you see
Did
what
they
you're
email
doing?
you?
How did they find
Why are you
you?
trying to oust me? This
Do you
is
shop
such a
at
cheap
Costco?
tactic.
Do you go to Nordstrom?
How did they find you? Fucking love that. Hilarious.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know the fact you're
I'm
Indian.
amazed that Jubilee find some of you guys. How did they find you?
Do you see
Did
what
they
you're
email
doing?
you? Do you have Gmail?
Why are you trying to
Do you
oust
have
me?
Gmail?
This
Do you
is
shop
such a
at
cheap
Costco?
tactic.
Do you go to Nordstrom?
No,
All
I'm
immigrants.
trying
Have you
to-
ever been on eBay?
No, but
immigrants.
I'm
You love
agreeing-
immigrants.
No, I'm agreeing.
You love immigrants when they're helping you.
I'm
You just don't
not-
like the color of
it's
my
not
skin.
we're having a different
All right,
conversation.
pause.
White genocide.
We're having a different
Pause.
conversation.
All right, you've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Okay. I really
Oh.
wish we could have got some.
Damn, Richie. Damn, Richie. You got voted out. That's sad. Oh, God. Poor Richie. That is brutal. In his prime, cut down by the audience and his peers. Mehdi looks sad, too. He's like, damn, I was really cooking.
You believe in white genocide, so it's very hard to.
Mr. Peanut. Oh, Mr. Peanut jockeys for position, but gives up early. Look at how far ahead his competitor is. Yards ahead without taking his first step. Really shows you if you wanna compete, you gotta be here to play.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Hello. So I'll switch over to the Gaza thing in a second, but
Okay.
first off, I just wanted to touch on that. You said that you support free speech, of course, right? So what I'm confused about is you've refused to debate people that I've disagreed with you because you said that they're racist or they're fascist, right?
No. If we're gonna do facts, they said they were racist and fascist. Get your facts right before you start
Okay,
arguing.
so isn't the whole entire point of a debate to debate people that you don't agree with?
I don't debate people who don't see me, A, as equal, no point, or B, support democracy, because that would undermine the whole idea of the debate. If you don't support democracy, as our friend here doesn't, and support General Franco, then what is the point of a debate? The First Amendment doesn't mean you have to debate everyone. Somebody comes up to you in the street and starts talking to you, you don't have an obligation to carry on talking to them. I'm sure you go about your business. Somebody comes up to you in the subway and sits next to you and starts ranting in your face. You're not going to start debating.
So
them.
everybody here in this Jubilee-
everyone here has hygiene standards, as do you. There are people you wouldn't debate, I'm sure, as well.
Okay. So can you please describe why you think Trump is supporting ethnic cleansing of Gaza just because he wants to take over the land there? How does that equate to killing them?
Not just take over the land. Kick out all the people. That is the definition of ethnic cleansing.
So isn't ethnic cleansing killing people? Because it seems like you're...
No, it's not just killing people. Boy, oh boy. It's almost like they don't give these questions out beforehand, even though they definitely do give out the questions beforehand. It seems like so many people came to this debate without doing any of the research. No, you don't have to kill everyone for it to be ethnic cleansing, buddy. Look it up. You should have looked it up before coming here.
Out all the people. That is the definition of ethnic cleansing.
So isn't ethnic cleansing killing people? Because it seems like you're.
No, you can ethnic cleanse people without killing them. And by the way, they have been killed. More than 50,000 people in Gaza have been killed by the Israelis, by people like Bezalel Smotrich, who said recently, the finance minister of Israel, we are going to Gaza to conquer, cleanse, and remain. We're going to annihilate the place. We're going to disassemble Gaza, he said. We're going to leave it behind as piles of rubble. That's the guy Trump's funding, supporting. That's the guy praising Trump. So yes, Trump and Smotrich are ethnically cleansing Gaza.
No, you're absolutely right. You're right. Columbia Reagan, this guy just trying to argue semantics with Mehdi, just walked to his own grave. That's the thing. These guys like to argue semantics, but Mehdi is a very well-researched, very smart guy. He can play the semantics game, and he's going to win. Did I miss a fact check? Did I miss another fact check? I'm sorry. I've been getting distracted by some of the ridiculous things that are being said. I'm not seeing any fact checks. Did I miss it? I don't think I missed one. Did I? Oh, there it goes right behind there. Oh, there it is. Okay.
To Gaza to conquer.
Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich was quoted as saying, Israel will conquer, cleanse, and stay. Damn. Fascists still haven't put one on the board yet. Every fact check has just reiterated every single thing that Mehdi Hasan has said so far in the first hour and 20 minutes of this only hour and 40-minute long video.
Cleanse and remain. We're going to annihilate the place. We're going to disassemble Gaza, he said. We're going to leave it behind as piles of rubble. That's the guy Trump's funding, supporting. That's the guy praising Trump. So yes, Trump and Smotrich are ethnically cleansing Gaza.
I cannot deny that thousands of people are dying in Gaza, but you need to realize, why are they dying? Is it possibly that they're attacking another country?
No,
just
the
because
people who are
Israel
dying, we're not attacking another country.
Just because Israel is killing more Gazans than Gazans are killing Israel doesn't mean Gaza is righteous and Israel is evil.
I never said anything about evil or righteous.
Israel
I said ethnic cleansing. You said don't they have to be killed. I said they are being killed, and the criteria for what's happening to them. If Donald Trump says these people have to leave and never come back, is that not ethnic cleansing? What is your definition of ethnic cleansing?
I would think ethnic cleansing is when you're killing off a large part of an ethnic group.
That's genocide. You're confusing your terms. Ethnic cleansing is removing one ethnic group using it.
I love that. He looks up. He looks up at the ceiling. He's like, is it? It's like, I don't know.
That's genocide. You're confusing your terms. Ethnic cleansing is removing one ethnic group using a deliberate policy by violence or terror-inspiring means to remove another population, another ethnic group from a certain geographic area. That's the UN definition of ethnic cleansing. That is what he's doing. When he was asked Donald Trump, can they come back? He said, no, they cannot. That is ethnic. I've heard all these.
Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture.
Nationalists. How would you feel if somebody came, a president of France came and told you to leave your land and not come back? Would you not feel you'd been ethnically cleansed from your home?
From America?
Yeah.
Well, because my ancestors were settlers here, not immigrants. They actually
Palestinians are not immigrants in Gaza. They are indigenous people to the land.
Didn't Israel just give Gaza the land like a few decades ago?
No.
What?
I'm pretty sure Israel used
I'm pretty sure Israel just gave it to them. They just gave them Gaza. Oh boy, this guy didn't do any research before coming here. He knew we were going to talk about the ethnic cleansing, and he thinks that somehow Palestinians showed up. They just showed up. Israel was super nice. Just
aren't I a good guy?
Just gave them some land instead of forcing them, an entire population, into a tiny strip of land. Give. What a generous thing Israel did.
Wrong. They withdrew from 2005 from the land, but control the
and then
air.
gave it to them in 2005.
No, they don't give it to them. They control the air, the sea space, the borders, the population registry. They controlled what went in and out. It was a prison, an open-air prison. That's not giving them freedom.
Don't they have a border with Egypt and then the Mediterranean Sea?
Yes, and the Israelis and Egyptians work together because Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Barack Obama. Yes, they're funded by the United States.
This is like listening to a professor talk to a student who just turned in a completely unresearched paper. And it's just Mehdi is just going down the list of all the places. He's like, all right, I've corrected your garbage paper. Did you do this with AI? Tell me. Did you chatbot this? Huh? Well, a lot of this is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, pal. Let me go down all the reasons why you suck.
States. Did you know that Muslim countries do bad things too?
No, I know that they do bad things.
Okay, then, so we're in agreement.
All right, pause. You've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Peanut, he goes for it. The only one. Great. Wow. There was a... Look at that. Mr. Peanut was the only person who wanted to do this. Not a single person. Look, this guy's got his legs crossed. This dude slumped over. This dude also with a different kind of leg cross. Everybody just sort of sitting here. Nobody has any response for this. This is 5.5 minutes left on the clock, by the way. And everybody has run out of arguments that this isn't ethnic cleansing. It seems like the consensus in the room is that Donald Trump, the supreme leader, Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is in fact
illegal
ethnic cleansing.
Oh, wow. Great.
Hello, sir. Welcome back.
See you again, Mehdi. All right, so I agree that Trump wants to do a cleansing.
Even this guy.
But not an ethnic.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Mr. Peanut comes in with the Shyamalan twist at the end. He's like, look, I think it's cleansing, but not ethnic cleansing. Oh. Fascinating. For a second, I was like, oh, look, we have a full consensus. Even Mr. Peanut's on board. But no, he threw us a curveball. Okay, Mr. Peanut, explain yourself.
All right, so I agree that Trump wants to do a cleansing, but not an ethnic one, because that area requires a lot of cleansing. Because when you have a population that was taught from early childhood age to hate Jews, Christians, and pagans, you need some serious re-education.
Number one, that's not true. And number two, that's not what he's proposing.
Well, I mean, most Palestinians, by polling number, do support Hamas.
They support resisting Israel.
Well, I mean, the thing is, what did they do in the first place that they're in this, what you call open-air prison?
Great question. What did they do to deserve being occupied?
Well, here's the thing, because the Islamic Republic in Iran is using them as a tool.
What has Iran got to do with this?
As a tool for their Islamic expansion.
When did the Islamic...
Because they don't...
Hold on. When did the Islamic Republic of Iran... You're Iranian American,
yes.
I believe.
Yes, I am.
When was the Islamic Republic of Iran founded?
1979.
When was Gaza occupied by Israel?
48.
Well, the very
67.
first time. 67, yeah.
So, can we do the maths together?
Okay.
12 years before the Islamic Republic of Iran existed, Israel was oppressing, occupying, dispossessing the people of Gaza. So your argument makes no sense.
Were there any terrorist organizations at the time?
The PLO was considered a terrorist organization by the entire Western world.
All right, so what's Hamas there?
Oh, shit. Fact check. Fact check. Did I miss 2 fact checks? Did I miss a fact check? Oh, I did. I did miss a fact check. I'm sorry, people. There it is. There's 2 fact checks, actually. I missed 2 fact checks. If elections were held today, 43% of active voters say that they would vote for Hamas. Well, that's less than what this guy said 80%, didn't he? 28 for Fatah, 8 for a third party, and 19 undecided. This guy said 80% or something, or 90, he said the vast majority. That's not the vast majority. Huh. Weird. That's weird. Oh, God. For a second, I remember we did the poll earlier. The people polled were correct, it would seem. That they're not going to win. They're running out of time to win one of these fact checks. Have one of these fact checks be on their side. Hasn't happened yet.
Because the Islamic Republic has started to use the so-called innocent Palestinians for their own
so-called innocent Palestinians? You don't think Palestinians are innocent?
Not all of them.
Because what about the 17,000 children who were killed?
They're doing the
17,000 children were killed. Were they not innocent? Were they not innocent?
Who's responsible for that?
Israel, who dropped the bombs on
Hamas
them.
is responsible. Hamas is responsible for hiding in hospitals and making tunnels underneath those hospitals.
So when children are shot in the head by...
And here's the other thing. Like, when people bring up the Hamas having been elected, like, the fact is I've seen math done suggesting that, like, 8% of people in Gaza voted for Hamas. So 92% of people in Palestine, in Gaza, didn't vote for Hamas. And yet they're being punished for like having this guy, people like this come out and say that they all support Hamas. And it's just, they all voted for it. And it's like, dude, that's a lie. It's just not true.
Israeli snipers aren't responsible for that.
Look,
it's a simple question.
Here's the problem.
When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in Gaza in the head, as eyewitness testimony and doctor's testimony proves, that's not the fault of the Israeli snipers.
This is the problem, because when you have
the problem is you won't answer the question. I'll ask you a third time. When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in the head, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
Well, you gotta let me.
You gotta let you finish. This is a simple question. It's yes or no. Is it the fault? Like, this is such an easy question. But, you know, unless you're being incredibly disingenuous and trying to obfuscate the reality. Because any sane human being would say, yeah, If you pull the trigger on the gun, you are responsible for killing that person. But this he's trying to play some sort of 5D chess here in this moment. It's like, well, but who was really pulling the trigger?
No,
Actually,
you got to answer the
Hamas.
question. Fourth time.
Hamas pulled the trigger. Hamas crossed the border. Went to those IDF sniper perches. Crossed the fence and then pulled the trigger for them. That's really what happened.
Not the fault of Israeli snipers.
Well, you gotta let me finish.
No, you got to answer the question. Fourth time.
Well,
when Israeli
I will
snipers
get to
shoot
your answer.
Palestinian children in the head,
I will get to your
we're running out
answer.
of time. I need to know what you think about innocent children.
Because I will
what
get
you
your-
said was pretty outrageous. You said
I will
so-called
get to your answer.
innocent Palestinians. For the fifth time, when Palestinian children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers, is
For
that
the
not the
fifth
fault
time.
of Israel?
Dude, this is what I mean about Mehdi. His debate style is incredible. I don't think I've ever seen him like this before. I mean, I've seen him have hard-hitting interviews with people, but where he's been like the entire goal is not journalism but argument and debate, and he's obliterating these people. He's hyper focused. He's like he's like one first time gone. He's like a freaking auctioneer, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Jesus Christ, we're gonna go 4 and 5th times. He just keeps on going. He's like, no, just answer the question. Quit obfuscating. Answer the question. It is the cutthroat. Exactly. No, he has obliterated every single one of these people.
For the fifth time, when Palestinian children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers, is that not the fault of Israeli
What did
snipers?
those children do?
What did
they
you
do?
tell me? Did the children deserve to be shot in the head?
Because the problem is,
you
over
know,
there,
millions of people are watching you say
they
to
start
justifying the
brainwashing
killing of
children. They start brainwashing children at a very young age.
So you support sniping children in Gaza?
The babies are
Other people here
brainwashed.
support sniping.
According to Mr. Peanut, I honestly wasn't sure what to expect from Mr. Peanut, but my God, Mr. Peanut's here to tell us that all of the Palestinian babies are brainwashed, and that's somehow an excuse for sniping them. That is atrocious. That is an atrocious take for Mr. Peanut. My God, pal.
Young age.
So you support sniping children in Gaza? Do other people here support sniping children in Gaza? Is that a conservative position now?
What if they're very suicide vest?
They weren't.
But what if they are?
They're not, though.
What
Dozens
if
of
they
children.
are?
I have friends who went there. Doctors went to
what
Gaza,
if-
American doctors. They came back as we had multiple children.
What if in a hypothetical scenario, not the children who were sniped, who weren't terrorists, what if the IDF wanted to snipe terrorist children, if that is even a thing? Like, what about that? This is a horrifying hypothetical this man is trying to play right now.
Don't be creepy.
They're
gunshot
hell bent.
shots.
What if they're hell
What if
bent
they're
on
not?
killing you and your family?
A 10-year-old child, an 8-year-old child, a 6.
Why is he Mr. Peanut? I was making fun of his outfit. We went back and forth between Colonel Sanders and Mr. Peanut. I don't know why. I'm just calling him Mr. Peanut. It's a fair question. It's a fair question. It's not his name. I don't know his name.
Because
This is
like
bad
I said,
for you.
like you
You're
said,
sitting on
they're
live
brainwashing
television
them.
where millions of people are going to see your neighbors, your
Because
friends.
then millions
you support
of people,
the killing of
millions
children.
of people don't know what's going on.
Even your fellow right-wingers are saying, don't go this far. White genocide, sure, but don't advocate
Millions of
killing
people
kids.
don't understand the brainwashing that is going on in Islamic Republic and in Palestine to create
You're
this
obsessed
hatred.
with Iran so much that you're supporting the killing of Palestinian children who never harmed you or any other Israeli. That's insane.
Look.
And the fact that you support Trump's ethnic cleansing now doesn't surprise me.
I didn't say ethnic cleansing. I said cleansing of the land. Because you need to cleanse the land from all the
Slobodan
tunnels.
Milosevic said similar.
You've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Damn, Mr. Peanut voted out. He seems disturbed by that guy. I was also pretty disturbed by those claims.
How you doing? Good to see you again.
I'm good.
Oh,
good
boy.
seeing you too, man.
Oh, boy.
First thing I'm going to say is
Here we go.
I'm not down for Israel. Okay, that's the first.
We got Pink Polo is back. Nice. All right. All right, Pinky. Tell me what we got.
Good seeing you too, man.
First thing I'm going to say
good
is
seeing you.
I'm not down for Israel. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
And I don't like when you come up here and you use the type of rhetoric that you do. You talk like all these like left-wing positions. And
So he's still stuck on the previous argument. Pink Polo is still just upset that Mehdi keeps using words. Keeps coming up here using the English language and saying things that he doesn't like. I don't like when you come up in here and you say these words that have connotations and meanings and connotations. I do not know what they are, but they hurt me because I can tell they're not nice words. And well, I can tell you this right now. As an American, I'd take a serious offense to many of the words that you are saying.
when you come up here and you use the type of rhetoric that you do, you talk like all these like left-wing positions, and then you go to the last part, which is I don't support ethnic cleansing in Palestine. I think you're doing a huge disservice to pro-Palestinians when you start allying yourself with all these progressives. I don't think it looks.
So you see, this guy is the wokest. Actually, he's like, look, I'm the most pro-Palestinian of them all, and you're doing us a disservice, Mehdi. Us, the pro-Palestinian movement that I represent. This guy, he is actually the white savior of Palestinians. He's here to tell us that he's number one pro-Palestinian.
Palestinians, when you start allying yourself with all these progressives, I don't think it looks good, because you have all these conservatives in here who oppose war, they oppose intervention in the same tradition of Pat Buchanan and all the greats that came before him.
Not Donald Trump, though, sadly.
Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. I do agree. I mean, he ran on an anti-war ticket. He said he was going to. I didn't.
Because he lies, right?
You going to let me talk, or you just want to? Yeah, sure. Sorry. I mean, yeah, you keep,
This is the third time he's done that.
Help! I'm being
repressed. You gonna let me talk, man? I've been talking this whole time. Are you gonna let me continue talking? Because I got more words I want to say.
You keep going back to Trump. I don't think this is part of his plan. I think this is a plan of lobbyists. And this is not just unique to Trump. It's been a thing since the Democrats. It's been a thing since the Republicans before him. It's been like this since Truman. I don't know if you read like John Mearsheimer's The Israel Lobby or anything like that. Would you agree or disagree with anything like that?
Oh, I agree with Stephen Watt and John Mearsheimer, yeah, for sure.
Okay, great. So I'm just wondering, when you ally yourself with all these leftists and you come up here and you argue for immigration, you argue up here that, Trump's this bad criminal and this and that, and then you
think Trump's bad too?
I think he's good on some questions and bad on other things, but let me get to the point here, is you ally yourselves with guys like, Jewish Voices for Peace and all those guys.
Come on, Mehdi, I'm on a roll over here. You can't slow me down. You can't slow me down.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once.
The point here is you ally yourselves with guys like, Jewish Voices for Peace and all those guys.
Great people.
Yeah, not really though.
Why?
Because they're self-interested in it.
They're not. By definition,
it says it on their homepage.
By definition, they're not self-interested, right? They're going against their own community.
Are you going to let me talk? On their homepage, it literally says that we are here to segregate Judaism from Zionism. It's very clear they're doing this in their own interest. That's why it literally says Jewish Voices for Peace. They're going to be the good Jews who say that we don't support Palestine. And then what happens is you take all these progressives, you go out there and LARP in the street, and everyone here who's conservative, they're going to vote for the pro-war candidate.
Mehdi is the LARPer. I see. Mehdi is the LARPer. Not this guy. Not this guy who is appropriating the pro-Palestinian movement right now. What's the word? What is the word I'm trying to find right now? It's not quite. I don't know if I would call it. I don't know if gaslighting is actually the right word for this, because this is. I mean, this shit is completely unhinged. I don't know what to call what he is doing right now. But it's a very strange vibe.
Because they don't want to be associated with all the liberals.
You're forced to vote for pro people. Poor
it's either that or get replaced in my country. What do you want me to do?
Oh, you and your replacement bullshit.
Being replaced.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, okay, buddy. We're getting you out of here, all right? I'm pro-Palestinians, but I hate Muslim people, just like you, Mehdi. Okay. Well, chat, that's going to be it. Not for the streaming tonight, of course. It's Sunday Funday. We have a whole stream ready for you. We're going to end this one. I'm going to start up the next one. I'm about to, while we're sitting here talking, I'm going to make that link live. I already got that set up in the background. Hope you enjoyed that debate between Mehdi and 20 unhinged fascists. And Mr. Peanut, who I still don't understand what's up with Mr. Peanut. Something's wrong over there. we're about to do a whole Sunday Funday stream right now. It'll be probably a little more chill than that, considering everybody seemed really worked up. Besides Mehdi, who seemed incredibly chill throughout that entire thing. Gotta say, he kept his composure the entire time, while also obliterating every argument that was presented him. It was truly an impressive show put on by Mehdi. He deserves one of these. Freaking crushed it. Okay. I just made that link live. Sunday Funday action. Still gonna happen, even if it's starting late. Hope you all enjoyed. Few US dollars a month on Patreon. Sunday Funday stream link is in the chat. That's right, Sunday Funday is going to be going live very shortly. Click the link or you're going to miss all of that sweet, sweet Sunday Funday galactic content. It's be coming very soon.
Immediately, if not sooner.